Clearly a genius sought after by all top institutions, with some recruiters even offering him sky-high prices. Just when all the teachers thought they had him in the bag, he chose the last-ranked Divine Domain University instead, leaving all the recruitment teachers present utterly dumbfounded. Even the recruitment teacher from Divine Domain University could not believe it. Little did they know, those skill books that others treasured as priceless were worthless to him, only because the secret realm access of Divine Domain University was exactly what he urgently needed. It turned out, the man was playing a game called Apocalypse, but due to skill cooldown times and damage caps, that could not be resolved. And endless boss summons, he was mercilessly killed by monsters, only one step away from ascending to godhood. But as the computer screen suddenly flickered, the man found himself on a bus. Had he transmigrated? Looking at the familiar face beside him. You transmigrated too? The fat guy was baffled. What time is it? And you are still joking. Tomorrow I am counting on you to help me pass the school assessment. Back in Apocalypse, one could only awaken talents upon triggering awakening. Now it was certain that he had truly transmigrated into the game. Even if his gaming skills from the previous life remained, he was not sure what relationship this world had with Apocalypse. Then the chubby guy leaned in and whispered, "Brother Qian, you have to help me this time." Seeing the chubby guy's resentful look, Cheng Qianmo patted his shoulder and said, "Do not worry. Let me get into the secret realm first and then figure something out." Then they arrived at the training ground. While others were still studying how to clear quests, Cheng Qianmo walked straight into the secret realm. It was exactly the same as the newbie village in Apocalypse. The first time Cheng Qianmo entered a dungeon, he also obtained Awakening. Not only could he convert any 2 active skills into additional passive skills, and their power would be boosted by the character's main stat. If it really followed Apocalypse's rules, then this system would be amazing. 99% of active skills in Apocalypse had cooldown limits, so they could not be triggered infinitely while killing mobs. But passives could exist permanently, with no cooldown. They could be triggered easily as long as conditions were met, and as levels increased. The trigger chance would also increase infinitely. In this life, perhaps, these passive skills could help him make up for his past regrets. At that moment, the system prompted him to select his own skills. Cheng Qianmo decided to try the skill Rift Wave Slash. This skill seemed quite good. Not only could it knock enemies back, but it also dealt 1.5 times damage bonus. Let me try it on a small mob first. This level 3 Tauren was considered a tough monster in the training ground, so let me use you to test it out. With that, Rift Wave Slash struck the Tauren. Instantly, the Tauren was sent flying by the shockwave, with a boom as the ground exploded, but the Tauren took no damage. The next moment the Tauren stomped hard and shattered the ground. With a whoosh, it swung its giant axe down at Cheng Qianmo's head. At this moment, he could not beat the Tauren in its super armor state. Helplessly, he picked up his longsword and blocked head-on. The next moment, bang. The longsword shattered. Fortunately, the passive triggered, granting 0.2 seconds of invincibility. Using that invincibility window, Cheng Qianmo immediately countered with the passive skill Extinction Wave Palm, sending the Tauren flying. Looking at the Tauren's corpse nearby, this passive talent was simply invincible. It not only solved the cooldown issue, but also added extra damage multipliers, completely fixing the problem that had caused his failure in the previous life. In this life, he must make up for the regrets of his past life and succeed. Since he chose an offensive skill for the first slot, then for the second, he had to choose based on cooldown reduction. Weapon swap reduces cooldown of weapon swapping by 30% upon activation. Congratulations, passive conversion successful. All weapon swap times permanently reduced by 30%. This way, in battle, he could quickly switch between different weapons, so in the early game against mobs, he would be inherently advantaged. It was time to go back and wait for tomorrow's assessment. The next day, inside the noisy assessment hall, Cheng Qianmo had just entered when he ran into the chubby guy Li Hong. "My dad used the power of money to get me through the assessment." Cheng Qianmo told him to keep a low profile. "Do you want everyone to know your dad pulled strings?" The assessment was on the Flame Rift map, where mobs were level 3 to 10, not suitable for grinding. Then he asked Li Hong, "What is the highest level elite mob you can solo in the trial?" The chubby guy awkwardly said level 5 at most. Hearing that, Cheng Qianmo covered his eyes. "It seems your dad did pull some good strings." Just then, a voice came from behind, "A little family money, and you want to copy others by pulling strings. Better just give up on the assessment, so you do not embarrass your unlucky dad." The newcomer was the rich second-generation Mao Feng. Hearing this, the chubby guy got furious, rolled up his sleeves and was about to fight. But Cheng Qianmo stopped him. Seeing that, Mao Feng continued to taunt. "Do you think you can beat me?" Then Cheng Qianmo suddenly stepped toward Mao Feng's foot. Mao Feng lost his balance and fell backward. "Cheng Qianmo, you are asking for death." He swung his fist at Cheng Qianmo, but it was easily blocked. "Alright, almost forgot the main thing. Do you dare to bet with me? Li Hong's assessment result will definitely be better than yours." Mao Feng was stunned, then clutched his chest and laughed. "Are you joking with me? Since you are asking for it, then I accept." Loser runs naked around the track 3 laps, and shouts dad 3 times. Cheng Qianmo calmly said, "It is a deal." Li Hong asked in disbelief, "Are you crazy?" Cheng Qianmo said calmly, "Just trust me. Later, you do this first, and then do that." "Lao Mo, that is a great idea. I will do as you say." Just then, Grade Director Zhang Lei announced the assessment officially began. Lao Mo, just sit back and watch me perform. Then Cheng Qianmo also entered the assessment grounds. Flame Rift was originally a huge volcano. The main monsters were orcs and demons. The top of the mountain was the dungeon entrance. Instantly, he felt a strange familiarity with this place. Let me use these green-skinned orcs to warm up. But the next second, the orc's arm spikes shot toward him. He stomped the ground and leaped back. But just as he regained his balance, several orcs surrounded him. Previously he had operated through keyboard and mouse, but now, he had to fight using his actual body's instincts, and the monsters here were clearly buffed. Fighting so many at once was a bit overwhelming. Just then, the system dinged, detected that the host has a massive amount of operational experience. Convert all into physical instincts. Cheng Qianmo was speechless. What is this? Experience can also be converted. Congratulations, host. Experience converted into physical instincts complete. He could clearly feel that every skill of his body had improved, completely different from before. Then two orcs swung their weapons at his head. He used the ground to push off, and instantly handstanded onto a nearby rock, then glanced down at the orc's positions, timing it perfectly. Slap. He blasted off, and kicked one orc hard in the face, sending it flying. This conversion ability was too strong. He could even control every muscle in his body independently. Now his physical instincts were even smoother than when he operated the game in his previous life. In that case, let me take them all out together. Seeing they were lightly wounded, the orcs charged at Cheng Qianmo. He used the ground to spring up. He had to lure them into a single line and take them out together. Then he slid along the ground and got behind the orcs. The orcs paused in confusion when they saw him. Perfect, that was the opening he was waiting for. With a ground slide kick, the orcs were launched into the air. Then he instantly drew his longsword and used Rift Wave Slash. The moment the skill was released, it successfully triggered. 5 streaks of lightning behind him, pierced straight through the orcs' bodies. Thud, thud. The corpses hit the ground. Due to the special move, kill experience increased by 50%, and he went from level 1 straight to level 3, and earned 8 free attribute points. Cheng Qianmo was overjoyed. Not only was killing mobs easy, but he also got bonus experience. This passive skill was truly awesome. Then Cheng Qianmo continued searching for wild mobs. With so many low-level skills and weapons on hand, this was much more interesting than his previous life. At the same time, on the big screen in the assessment hall, a name on the leaderboard was rising rapidly, and first place was level 3, Cheng Qianmo. While the others were still level 1 the secret realm. Less than 5 minutes and he leveled up twice. Wow, does the school have such a prodigy? This Cheng Qianmo kid is quite interesting. I wonder if there will be more surprises later. Cheng Qianmo went alone into a valley, then stopped in an open area. Suddenly he spotted several figures ahead. These were level 2 low-level mobs, Shadow Warlocks. Cheng Qianmo clearly remembered. These monsters had a wonderful bug. If pulled off correctly, he could wipe them all out. Without further ado, after hooking the grapple, he flew above the monsters. Then he pulled out his small throwing knives and shot them at the Shadow Warlocks. The monsters reacted upon being ambushed and glared fiercely behind them, spotting Cheng Qianmo on the hillside. They used their unique skill Shadow Bolt and fired at the hillside. Cheng Qianmo easily dodged with a sidestep. As low-level monsters, they only had 2 skills, Shadow Bolt and Summon Hound. After Cheng Qianmo disappeared from their sight, the Shadow Warlocks immediately exited combat state, returning to normal, as if nothing had happened. So the bug from the previous life still existed. This way they could not attack Cheng Qianmo. The second step was to kill the summoned hounds, while the Shadow Warlocks were channeling their skills. Next came the most interesting part of the bug, because the priority of Summon Hound was higher than Shadow Bolt. So as long as a hound died, they would keep summoning more hounds. And since the Shadow Warlocks could not select a target to attack, they kept switching from Shadow Bolt to Summon Hound. Thus their logic got confused, and this bug could spawn a massive number of hounds. Finally, just kill the Shadow Warlocks, and all those hounds would instantly become his experience. Now he could take a nap, and wait for them to keep spawning. Meanwhile, inside the noisy assessment hall, Cheng Qianmo's name had vanished from the leaderboard. Then a student suddenly exclaimed that Senior Luo Jing had successfully changed class to a gunner, and Senior Gong had changed class to a swordsman. The director looked puzzled. That Cheng Qianmo had shown no activity for half a day. He wondered what rank he was now. After checking, the director's eyes went wide. What is this guy doing? How is he last place? The other students also mocked him. His early first place was probably just a lucky fluke. The director was also worried. With only 4 hours left until the assessment ended, at his rate, he probably would not even reach level 6, let alone defeat the boss to awaken his talent. Then an assistant behind him pointed at the screen and shouted, "Look at the last place name." The director stared at the screen in disbelief. In the blink of an eye, Cheng Qianmo's rank shot up to 121st. The director's mouth fell open. How did Cheng Qianmo do that? It turned out that 1 minute earlier, Cheng Qianmo woke up, stretched and glanced down at the foot of the mountain. Over 400 hounds had spawned down there. Without a word, he set up his trusty Gatling gun. He was very curious how many levels these hounds would give him. The hunt began. As the Gatling gun spewed thick smoke, the Shadow Warlocks could only watch the bullets fly toward them. After heavy firepower sweeping, the number of hounds dwindled rapidly. But the notifications of killing Shadow Hounds kept coming, and the upgrade notifications also rang non-stop. Cheng Qianmo also noticed that as his level increased, His passives also upgraded. This passive had quite good growth potential. Later on at higher levels, if he could trigger 100% passives, that would be even better. Cheng Qianmo had now jumped straight to level 13 and taken the top spot on the leaderboard. The entire assessment hall exploded. When did our Jiangcheng Academy produce such a great god? Prodigy, a prodigy. This level could easily rank in the top 3 nationwide. I have never heard of anything so outrageous in all my life. Who exactly is this Cheng Qianmo? You two tell me, is he awesome or not? This kid is my student. But as soon as he finished speaking, the director appeared behind him. Have you been blind all this time? Such a good prospect and you did not report it in time. This kid's talent is the strongest in the entire academy since its founding. Congratulations on reaching level 13. Once you exceed level 10, you can choose a class. What is your choice? Hearing the class selection prompt, Cheng Qianmo slammed on the brakes. In his previous life, as a mage, he had obtained all the class legendary titles. But there was one path he had never taken. That special unadvanced class was the Scatterer. Scatterers were not restricted by any class or equipment. Thus, equipment attribute combinations could be maxed out. They could even use items without limits, and could freely combine perfectly statted equipment at any time. But the drawback was obvious. Low damage, strong early, but weak late. And it could not be compensated by skill. But Cheng Qianmo had his powerful passive system, so the Scatterer's fatal flaw was solved. He could fully unleash the Scatterer class's potential. So Cheng Qianmo chose Scatterer without hesitation. Because you have never allocated free attributes, auto-assigned. Scatterer's only hidden class, Recurrer. Seeing Cheng Qianmo choose Scatterer, the director was furious. Zhao Erlong. How do you normally do your job as homeroom teacher? I am wrong, director. This kid always put Berserker on his application. Choosing Scatterer is giving up his future. The students around were puzzled. Is Scatterer really that bad? Meanwhile, Cheng Qianmo, in the eyes of others, had chosen a weak class, but it suited him perfectly. With his previous life's technical experience, he could bring out the Scatterer's full potential. But what was this hidden class Recurrer? When he clicked in, he was shocked. He could only obtain skills by killing dungeon bosses. This was practically a class tailor-made for him. He knew the ins and outs of all dungeons in Apocalypse, an advantage that ordinary players did not have. Now the top priority was to increase passive damage and max out attack speed. Let me use these poor goblins for practice. Attribute allocation was not just numerical changes, but also had tangible effects on different body functions, whether attack speed, agility, or crit rate. This was much more interesting than keyboard gaming in the previous life. A special item, the Demon Book, dropped while killing mobs. He remembered this was an item to trigger a hidden quest. He had almost forgotten about this interesting quest. Let me collect all the quest items first before grinding more mobs. Now there was only 1 hour left until the assessment ended. The assessment was nearing its end. Students were gradually approaching the boss area. What awaited them was the final challenge of this round. The boss barrier. Only by defeating it could they pass the assessment. Then that student charged at the barrier. The barrier immediately used its sacrifice skill. This skill dealt continuous damage to players, while also randomly inflicting debuffs, reducing the player's attack. He had to kill the barrier before it finished casting. Otherwise the awakening assessment would fail, and he would be teleported out. Meanwhile, Cheng Qianmo also arrived at the boss area. Just collecting quest items had taken half an hour. Luckily, he had not missed the chance to challenge the barrier. Now the Guardians spotted Cheng Qianmo and charged at him with their giant axes, but he did not even move. Thick-skinned and decent speed, but compared to Cheng Qianmo, they were far inferior. Cheng Qianmo slid along the ground to dodge the attack, then leaped up, kicking both Guardians in the head with each foot, sending them flying. Without the Guardians protecting it, the barrier was easy pickings. It took only 5 seconds for the barrier to finish its sacrifice skill. Cheng Qianmo flew in front of it and kicked it flying. Not much time left. He had to end this quickly. With that, he pulled out his trusty Gatling gun. He sprayed the barrier with a burst of fire. It was howling in pain, but the barrier beside him suddenly drilled into the ground and emerged in a berserk state. Seeing that, Cheng Qianmo smoothly switched weapons and smashed the barrier's lower body with his spear. The sound of leg bones cracking could be heard on the spot. The key to this dungeon was a quick victory. Once the barrier released its sacrifice skill, there was no way to counter it. With that, he dragged his spear toward the barrier. The barrier on the ground was trembling in fear, and its most fatal weakness was its brain. Sorry, I am in a hurry. He thrust the spear directly into the barrier's head. At the same time, inside the assessment hall. It seems this time first place is definitely yours, Luo Jingjing. But the next second, the leaderboard on the big screen changed. Luo Jingjing turned around upon hearing this. How is that possible? You can only do your first class change at level 10. Luo Jingjing was even more incredulous. How could I lose to that bottom feeder Li Hong? Seeing that, a classmate comforted her. Li Hong must have cheated. Director Zhang just took him away. Hearing that Li Hong cheated, Luo Jingjing calmed down. That explains it. With a slap, Li Hong, did you cheat or not? Li Hong trembled and said he did not cheat. He just performed beyond his usual level. This person was Hu Yanbin, the education committee member of Jiangcheng Academy. You do not even know what the dungeon boss skills or its appearance look like. And you say you did not cheat. Do you want to be the first student expelled from the academy? No matter who helped you cheat, we will track them down. The chubby guy was sweating coldly. Then he dropped to his knees with a thud and confessed that Cheng Qianmo had taught him how to kill mobs without being detected, and to touch the awakening crystal as fast as possible, to complete the assessment task. Hearing Li Hong's explanation, it made sense. When did the school produce such a hidden genius? Director Zhang explained. Cheng Qianmo set a record by reaching level 13, but he had not yet come out of the assessment. He then pulled up his assessment recording, seeing the video. Lu Yanming was shocked. What a great way to cheat. This kid's future will be limitless. Then all the students came out of the dungeon. Cheng Qianmo saw that the only thing left to complete the assessment was touching the crystal ball. He still had 15 minutes left, so he decided to finish the hidden quest before leaving the dungeon. With that, he laid out the collected books, obsidian, deadwood, crystal shards, and the hound skulls all on the ground. Collecting these 6 items would allow him to summon. The next moment, flames crackled from the void. Then a phantom slowly appeared. Who dares to disturb my slumber? It is you again, you hateful human. He gathered energy into his right hand and shot a shockwave straight into the ground. In an instant, it struck beneath Cheng Qianmo's feet. He leaped aside to dodge. A huge crater dozens of meters wide formed around Taman. Then Taman shot toward Cheng Qianmo in the distance. But Cheng Qianmo looked disdainful. Though much stronger than the barrier, his clumsy movements could still use some refinement. Feeling slighted, Taman flew into a rage and stomped the ground, shattering it. Human, you will pay for your arrogance. He blasted forward and appeared before Cheng Qianmo. Cheng Qianmo put his hands behind his back, then threw a handful of yellow sand. Taman was immediately blinded and stumbled, almost falling. Throwing sand, a low-level skill, did no damage, but it could suppress heavy enemies like Taman. However, it triggered Taman's passive super armor and cleanse, as expected of a hidden boss. But that was far from enough. Now it was my turn to perform. He slid under Taman and landed an uppercut on Taman's chin, making him spit out a mouthful of old blood and briefly stunning him. He then grabbed Taman by the horn and backstabbed him repeatedly in the head. Then he kicked Taman flying right onto the pre-placed microbomb, causing a massive explosion. Now heavily wounded, Taman tried to get up, but Cheng Qianmo would not give him that chance. Finish him while he is down. He shot out spikes from his hand, pinning Taman's feet firmly to the ground, then stomped hard on Taman's head and pulled out his trusty Gatling gun. Goodbye, Taman. After killing Taman, his level instantly reached 14. Seeing this, the other students called it cheating. Reaching level 14 without even awakening, and refusing to leave the dungeon. He must be guilty. Anyway, he will be forcibly teleported when time runs out. Then we will expose him directly. Hearing the chatter, Lu Yanming's face darkened. You ignorant bunch. You do not understand that there are always greater talents. Director Zhang also felt sad. Could it be that Director Lu truly believed in this kid's strength? With the hidden boss Taman killed, there was less than a minute left until the assessment ended. But he had already successfully changed class to Scatterer. He wondered if the awakening would still be useful. As a series of mysterious symbols appeared, suddenly the system dinged. Congratulations on passing this assessment. Conversion system upgraded to level 2. Passive conversion available twice. And rewarded 1 pair of firewalk boots. For killing the hidden boss. Rewarded 1 beginner crit manual. Increases base crit rate by 20%. Seeing the 2 passive conversion chances from the system, Cheng Qianmo directly chose the Gatling passive. When using any firearm, there is a 25% chance to fire 10 bullets. With 100% hit rate, this was simply a god tier passive. Forced hit would allow him to kill higher level mobs. This meant when facing high level monsters, as long as he was not one shot, he could slowly whittle the boss down to death. He had 1 more passive conversion chance left. He had to choose a high cost performance skill to maximize damage output. Then the next passive conversion would be this one. Congratulations. Sweep passive skill. Conversion successful. This skill has a 20% chance to knock down all enemies within 2 meters. This way, he would not be so passive against groups of monsters. He quickly checked his stats. With nearly 10,000 combat power, he could now hold his own in the Apocalypse continent. It was time to go out, as the teleportation portal lit up. A blinding white light shone straight into the student's eyes. Then Cheng Qianmo slowly walked out of the light. Seeing this, Director Lu was shocked. He actually succeeded. This kid's future is limitless. Then some students started to stir. Cheng Qianmo's results are definitely fraudulent. Kick out these 2 cheaters, him and Li Hong. Hearing that, Lu Yanming's face instantly darkened. A powerful aura spread around him. All of you shut up. Then he looked at Cheng Qianmo and asked, Student Cheng, did you really clear that dungeon? Cheng Qianmo calmly replied, Yes, Director Lu. Getting the answer he wanted. Lu Yanming was excited and slapped Cheng Qianmo on the shoulder. Very good, very good. You did not disappoint me. Well-deserved first place. At this, Sun Ke and Luo Jingjing both questioned. He finished last. Why is he ranked first? Please give us a reasonable explanation, Director Lu. The onlookers also joined in. Expel the cheaters. Lu Yanming roared. You are all a bunch of fools. In the same time, he killed an extra level 12 hidden boss. If he does not get first place, then should you fools get it? Shuiqian did not agree. What hidden boss? That is just a lie to fool everyone. I must expose his lie in person. The goddess homeroom teacher, Sui Qing, believed Cheng Qianmo cheated to get first place. So she flew over to them. Then please, Student Cheng, share with us. How did you discover the hidden boss summoning method? Cheng Qianmo's eyes turned cold. Why should I tell you? With that, Shui Qin was stunned, and everyone was shocked by this answer. It is over. It is over. Cheng Qianmo is finished. Sun Ke also noticed the look on Shui Qin's face. Who do you think you are? How dare you speak to teacher Shui like that? With that, he drew his long sword and pointed at Cheng Qianmo. I challenge you to a duel. But Cheng Qianmo was not afraid. Dueling me. You are not worthy. Then, Luo Jingjing also stepped forward. Since student Cheng is so confident, then are we worthy if we join forces? Cheng Qianmo glanced at her dismissively. And who are you? Hearing that, Luo Jingjing was furious. You do not even know me. I am the school beauty of Jiangcheng Academy. Cheng Qianmo picked his nose and said he had never heard of her. Hearing that, Sun Ke was enraged. I challenge you to a ring duel. To the death. Seeing this, Shui Qin pondered. If you refuse the duel, you will lose face and be looked down upon. Even if you accept, Cheng Qianmo would not be his match. Sun Ke, listen well. Since you are asking for death, do not blame me. Seeing this, Director Lu did not stop them either. He also wanted to take this chance to see Cheng Qianmo's true strength. Since both sides agree, then I will reluctantly create a ring for you. With that, a huge square ring appeared before everyone. Before leaving, he reminded Sun Ke, I hope you will not regret it later. Then they started trash talking. Sun Ke said he would beat Cheng Qianmo until he lost his teeth. But Cheng Qianmo looked disdainful. End this quickly. Do not waste time. Feeling Cheng Qianmo's contemptuous gaze, Sun Ke immediately entered his berserk state. Purple lightning surged all over his body. He turned into a blur and shot toward the ring, forming a purple electric field around Cheng Qianmo. How about that, student Cheng? I wonder if your skills are as good as your mouth. He then tried to sneak attack Cheng Qianmo from behind, just when he naively thought he was about to succeed. Cheng Qianmo sidestepped and easily dodged and taunted him. Is that all? Sun Ke thought it was just luck. He swung his long sword and yelled, die. A sweeping strike cut in front of Cheng Qianmo, knocking him back several meters. Then came Sun Ke's strongest attack in berserk mode, followed by a violent explosion. Shui Qin confidently thought Cheng Qianmo would surely lose. Sun Ke kept up the pressure and boasted that no one had ever escaped this move. But before he could finish, Cheng Qianmo kicked him in the face, then followed up with another fierce kick, sending him flying into the air. Seeing this, Director Lu and Shui Qin both gaped. How is that possible? Before anyone could react, Cheng Qianmo instantly triggered his passive. A series of riftwave slashes hit perfectly. With a bang, Sun Ke fell to the ground. Then Cheng Qianmo taunted him. Your so-called ultimate speed is still too slow in my eyes. Even now, Shui Qin refused to believe it. Sun Ke was one of the top geniuses, and it ended before she could even see it. Then Cheng Qianmo looked at Luo Jingjing below the ring. Do you still want to fight me? Luo Jingjing looked terrified and slowly lowered her head. I am indeed not worthy to challenge you. With that, the students who had doubted him came forward to flatter him. Even Luo Jingjing stroked her chin with interest. I did not expect him to be so strong. I really want to do something with him. And the only one who saw Cheng Qianmo's true strength, Director Lu, was utterly shocked. Extreme reaction speed and perfect skill timing. Maybe only he could become the legendary untransmigrator. Such a good prospect. We must keep him in Jiangcheng at all costs. Then he announced publicly, in view of student Cheng Qianmo's excellent performance, a special reward of 1 million blue heart coins, and the title of Prodigy Student. Everyone present was stunned. Prodigy Student. Cheng Qianmo rubbed his chin, judging by their reactions. This title must be impressive, but he did not know. Jiangcheng had not produced a single Prodigy Student in over 20 years, and that last Prodigy Student was now a 4th-tier class changer. And in the entire Jiangcheng, only a few like Director Lu had reached 3rd tier. That meant Cheng Qianmo would at least reach 4th tier in the future. Such a strong student. I must recruit him. If I could become the teacher of a 4th-tier class changer, my fame would surely spread across the continent. With that, she directly wrapped her arm around Cheng Qianmo's shoulder. 2 soft little bunnies pressed against him. Student Cheng, are you interested in being the class monitor of our rocket class? And I promise you, I can give you private tutoring anytime. Seeing this, the other students were furious. Teacher Shu is my goddess. To be privately tutored by her, I would die for it. But Cheng Qianmo refused with a look of disgust. Think again. You are not qualified to teach me. The homeroom teacher did not mind being a simp to recruit Cheng Qianmo into her class, and hinted that even if something happened between them, it would not be impossible. But this straight man rejected her outright. Not just you. No teacher in Jiangcheng is qualified to guide me. Shui Qin was about to get angry, but Director Lu interrupted. Indeed, we cannot teach him. In all of Huaxia, no one can teach him, because he is a scatterer. A class with no precedent and no successor. His future is his own to face. Student Cheng, walk your scatterer path well. Since that is the case, I will grant you permission to study independently. I hope you will shine in next month's unified exam and bring honor to the academy. Seeing the tense atmosphere, Cheng Qianmo proposed, when will my 1 million blue heart coins reward be delivered? All the teachers and students fell over. The next day, major news media all reported on Cheng Qianmo. Countless reporters swarmed in, competing to get an exclusive interview with Cheng Qianmo. But he had already arrived at the Weather Management Association, hundreds of years ago. Beasts descended upon Blue Star without warning. But after slaughtering humans, they retreated on their own to fight this catastrophe. Humans discovered the Apocalypse continent through the void fissures and found a way to enter freely. Then began an era of Xuanming cultivation. The Apocalypse continent gradually became a battlefield for nations, because only awakened ones with strong talents could gain a foothold there. Therefore, Cheng Qianmo's top priority was to reach level 20. He then teleported to the Broken Isles map, exactly the same as in Apocalypse. How nostalgic. While others were shouting to group up for grinding, Cheng Qianmo relied on his past life memories to take hidden quests. Finally, in a rundown house, he found the quest clue. Congratulations on accepting the hidden quest, Vanishing Shadow. Use a turtle tail as bait to fish out the shadow and kill it. This quest not only gave a lot of experience, but also rewarded a very useful newbie god tier item. Meanwhile, at Ina Beach, while other teams were killing mobs for XP, several huge fireballs crashed down on them, forcing them to activate defensive skills. And the one who cast the fireballs was Ding Hong's mob-stealing trio. School rules prohibit fighting. Not only do you steal mobs, but you also harm other students. And this is a public area, not a private ground for your Manhwa Academy. Ding Hong scoffed. I was just killing mobs. Spells do not have eyes. If you are not satisfied, you can try. Manhwa University is one of the top 10 universities in Xiaobo. Helpless, they could not afford to provoke them. So they got up and left. The female mage said, there is another blind guy over there killing mobs. He looked up and saw it was a level 14 trash scatterer. Today, let me teach you a lesson. He immediately used the skill, Taunting Chain. Same old routine. I pull mobs, you guys release. AoE skills to kill all these mobs. Leave none for that kid. Watching the mobs being pulled away, Cheng Qianmo thought about the mob ownership rule in Apocalypse. The player who first deals a certain amount of damage to a mob gains ownership. If another player kills the mob within that ownership, they get no rewards. Maybe ordinary players cannot deal with you. But unfortunately, today you met me. Cheng Qianmo activated the assassin's pre-skill, Flash. As long as he dealt more than 3 times their damage, the mob ownership would transfer to him. And he had to steal mobs without changing the aggro target. Otherwise, he would be instantly killed by the mobs. As a melee class, he did not have the ability to kite mobs, so he had to accomplish it in a reasonable way. Seeing this, nearby players exclaimed, this scatterer actually charged into the mob pack. To steal from 2 mages, he must have a death wish. Ding Hong also looked innocent, a flashy scatterer, actually thinking he could reclaim ownership. Let us just use Mage AoE and take out these guys too. You brought this on yourself. It has nothing to do with us. But then they noticed something was off. Their skills did not kill him, so they quickly ordered, do not just stand there. Use skills to kill the mobs first. But they did not know. Cheng Qianmo used rapid attacks to trigger passives, and dodged the blizzard damage, and used blizzard's slow effect on mobs. He pulled out his trusty Gatling gun and sprayed, and successfully triggered the Gatling passive. Seeing Cheng Qianmo on the field with his Gatling, madly spraying, the spectators were shocked. The Gatling's cooldown was 8 seconds. How did he manage to cast it continuously? This was completely different from the scatterer class they knew. Ding Hong and his group, whose mob ownership was stolen, were stunned. But their blizzard skill had already finished casting. It was too late to stop. All the damage hit the low health mobs. Seeing hundreds of mutated turtle corpses, Ding Hong and his 2 companions were dumbfounded. But Cheng Qianmo still taunted them. Thank you, you 3 fools. The other players nearby were laughing uncontrollably. These 3 dogs not only lost mobs, but also helped someone else deal massive damage. This was just too funny. Ding Hong was furious and cursed. But just as he was about to act, the female mage stopped him firmly. Class monitor, think this through. This guy's damage output is higher than the 3 of us combined. Are you sure you want to fight him? Ding Hong was dumbfounded and had no choice but to leave in defeat. Before leaving, he threatened Cheng Qianmo. I will remember your name. Then he turned to leave. But the next scene made them break out in cold sweat. Did I say you could leave? But the male mage looked disdainful. A mere level 14 scatterer wants to act tough in front of me. There are people you can never afford to offend in this life. With that, a blazing fireball flew at Cheng Qianmo. Cheng Qianmo immediately switched his weapon to gauntlets, then activated the boxer's pre-skill. Diving uppercut, he punched straight at the male mage, shattering the fireball with one explosive punch. Not only that, he dodged and appeared behind the male mage. Then with a bang, the male mage was kicked out like a cannonball. The warrior beside them was stunned. This guy released 3 skills in the blink of an eye. Can a level 4 scatterer really do that? You have 20 seconds left to consider. Plus all the items on you. The female mage was startled and dropped to her knees with a thud. This is everything I have. The male mage who was kicked also slowly got up. Dare to humiliate a student of Manhwa University. I will not let this go. He cursed and was about to come forward for a beating, but Ding Hong stopped him. Enough. He directly took out the male mage's money pouch, and together with his own, respectfully handed them to Cheng Qianmo. Student Cheng, we were rude just now. Please forgive us. Seeing their fairly good attitude, then I will let you off this time. The 3 of them quickly ran away. The warrior beside them was amazed. He had never seen such a badass trio. They actually beat Manhwa University students, like beaten dogs. The other warriors also wisely left on their own. This way, he could safely collect quest materials. After a whole night of collecting, he finally gathered all the other materials. But the good thing was that his level increased by 1, and his combat power soared to 10,000, a level that no freshman could reach. Next was to complete the quest and get the newbie god tier item. Meanwhile, at Moulin University, Ding Hong's trio, they were plotting how to get revenge on Cheng Qianmo. Not only did they assign people to watch his every move, but they also had all the top 30 students of the grade come to help. The final step of the plan, only one team was left, the provincial top scorer, Gu Yunfei. It was said he not only had an S-rank talent, abundant magic power, but also reached level 21 inches just 1 year. He was the undisputed strongest freshman in everyone's eyes. With his help, it would surely be foolproof. Right or not? As expected of Moulin University's #1 prodigy, he could even unleash fireballs with such power. This man was Moulin University's strongest freshman, Bu Yunfei. What brings the young master of the Ding family here? Ding Hong then explained his plan. But before he finished, he was directly rejected. Student Gu will not help you for free. I will give you all the second-tier materials you need. Do not go, Student Gu. Name your conditions. We were bullied badly by that guy yesterday, and he is just a level 14 poor student, but his strength is unfathomable. The three of us together could not beat him. And there is one most important thing I have not told you. That kid is also a scatterer. Hearing scatterer, Gu Yunfei stopped in his tracks. A level 14 scatterer. This is interesting. I thought all same-level students in the province were useless. Finally, I have met an opponent that interests me. Cheng Qianmo arrived at a fishing shop, then bought a set of fine purple bamboo fishing rods, plus 0 units of top-grade bait. Seeing his choice, the boss immediately sat up. In less than a minute, he chose the most practical combination. Could this person be a fishing expert? But even if he had been fishing since birth, he would not have such rich fishing knowledge. Even if this person was not from a fishing family, he must have a great background. If I can get on good terms, why not? Young man, I see you have good judgment. This set of fishing gear will only cost you 10 gold coins. If you catch something good, do not forget to come back to me. As for the price, I will satisfy you. Then he went back to the beach to kill mobs. Now he was only missing one last item for the dungeon materials. On the small island opposite, a rare monster would spawn every 3 days. And what he needed was the rare equipment dropped by the boss. That was the gill that allowed permanent underwater breathing. This was the last piece of the puzzle, necessary to ensure the shadow quest was completed. In the Apocalypse continent, the limit for staying underwater was 2 minutes. Beyond that, you lose 10% HP per second. No matter how much HP you have, after 10 seconds, you die immediately. And underwater you would also be attacked by beasts. So generally, unless necessary, players would not easily go underwater. When Cheng Qianmo just got ashore, 2 sneaky figures appeared behind him. Cheng Qianmo came to an ancient altar. It seemed to be here. He then stepped on the slime on the ground. The slime gradually rose upward, forming a dark green shadow. It seemed his luck was good today. As he spoke, the green slime formed a huge humanoid creature, level 18 rare elite creature, sticky radiant dust. Old friend, long time no see. I hope you are well. With that, he held his staff and struck the sticky radiant dust, dealing 439 damage directly. The sticky radiant dust roared and flung slime from its body at Cheng Qianmo. Cheng Qianmo sidestepped. Corrosive mud. Old friend, you go straight for the big move. If I remember correctly, being hit by corrosive mud slows you by 30% and reduces damage by 50 points. And it can stack multiple times. So he had to avoid its attacks no matter what. When he got close, he immediately switched to his longsword and instantly released Rift Wave Slash, striking the sticky radiant dust and directly triggering the passive Rift Wave Slash, dealing massive damage in an instant. But it was an elite elemental creature after all. The next second, it shot out green mist from the black hole in its body, Radiant Remnant. If touched, it would cause continuous HP loss. Cheng family's 18 generations of ancestors. Please grant me the trusty Gatling. Although this guy excelled at all kinds of debuffs, his slow speed was his fatal weakness. With the Gatling's concentrated fire, the sticky radiant dust was instantly blown to bits. Water Vine Staff user. Allows unlimited underwater breathing. The effect was exactly the same as in the previous life. It was time to fish out that vanishing shadow. It would surely be a desperate battle. After all, it was the strongest hidden boss in the newbie village. In fact, he had already noticed those 2 sneaky guys. I want to see what tricks you can pull. With that, he plunged into the deep sea. But because of the game's diving mechanics, the 2 quickly lost track of Cheng Qianmo. So they decided to search the island. But after searching for a long time, they found no trace of Cheng Qianmo. Miss, bad news. We lost the target. At this time, Cheng Qianmo had already arrived at the Broken Isles fishing spot. Now he just sat and waited for the fishing to trigger the follow-up quest. But when he reached the seaside, he found the spot was already taken. Strangely though, the person's level and class were both question marks. Cheng Qianmo was shocked. How is that possible? Unless the other was much higher level than him, otherwise he could not fail to see his info. But just then, the mysterious man suddenly spoke. Young friend, you are here to fish too. Come, I will make room for you. It is good to be cautious, but I do not want to kill you. If I wanted to kill you, it would be easy. Helpless, Cheng Qianmo chose a spot at random. He would do the quest after this person left. Meanwhile, the mysterious man sized up Cheng Qianmo. Neither humble nor arrogant. He did not flinch in front of me. This kid has guts. 2 minutes later, an 8 9-pound grass carp was easily hooked. 3 minutes later, a 9-pound carp was hooked. 5 minutes later, a 9.5-pound red maple fish was successfully caught. Seeing large fat fish caught one after another, the mysterious man beside him was stunned. I have been fishing here for half a day, without even a single fish. How did you do it? I have been a master fisherman for many years, and I meet a genius like you. I wonder if you could give me some advice. I will reward you handsomely. Cheng Qianmo thought to himself. With your noob level, you dare to brag, saying you have dominated fishing for years. This is what they call all talk no skill, but he could only smile awkwardly. Senior, you flatter me. Then I will dare to offer a few words. Your bait mixture could use a little improvement. The mysterious man laughed heartily. Young friend, you are truly remarkable. At such a young age, you have such fishing insights. I am truly impressed. But from my observation, not only do you have fishing talent, your skills are probably not bad either. Let me see what you have. With that, he reached out to grab Cheng Qianmo. Cheng Qianmo dodged and created distance. But the mysterious man calmly asked him, why did you choose the scatterer path? Why can I not walk the scatterer path? The mysterious man slowly stood up. I understand. Would you like to become my disciple? Cheng Qianmo refused without thinking. Thank you for your kindness, senior. I want to walk the scatterer path on my own. He tossed a ring to Cheng Qianmo. If you ever need help in the future, come find me at the Management Association. Looking at the yellow ring with the word Qing on it, Cheng Qianmo was clearly stunned. What era is this? Still giving tokens. Meanwhile, today is your death day. Cheng Qianmo, Wu Zhonglei of the Management Association, also received news of Ding Hong's group mobilizing. He hoped they would not stir up any big trouble today. While Cheng Qianmo was still fishing leisurely, suddenly a voice. Cheng Qianmo broke the silence. You are not going to catch any fish today. Cheng Qianmo remained calm. Aren't these the useless trio from Molan University? When you cannot win, you call for help. Gu Yunfei smiled slightly. So he is that scatterer. Interesting indeed. Dead duck. Still stubborn at death's door. Today I will surely send you back to the drawing board. But just then, warning, an unknown object is hooked. A huge figure emerged from the lake, with glowing red eyes. Everyone exclaimed, what monster is this? Could it be some hidden boss? Looking up, level 22 elite clan leader, Prince Nazgak. With 6,000 HP, even the usually calm Gu Yunfei was shocked. A level 22 elite leader. Even he would struggle to solo it. Could his appearance be related to this level 15 scatterer? Then a classmate suggested, this is a rare opportunity. With so many of us here, let us kill him, steal his mob, and take his loot. Kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Cheng Qianmo sneered. There are indeed good treasures, but you need to be alive to take them. He threw a broken tail at the group. At the same time, Nazgak also charged onto the shore. Cheng Qianmo leaped aside to dodge. The students who could not dodge in time were knocked over. But the level 21 Gu Yunfei was Molan University's #1 freshman. He used Ice Seal, and immediately bound Nazgak, while its HP also continuously dropped. Student Gu, hold the boss first. I will take some people. To kill that little bastard Cheng Qianmo. Swordsmen to the front. Mages to the back. DPS. Ding Hong had some brains. But for Cheng Qianmo, any flashy tactics were futile in his eyes. He switched to a spear, and used a sweeping strike, sending the 3 swordsmen flying, then used the assassin skill, Shuriken, in an instant, interrupting the 3 mages' skills. At the same time, he switched to a short sword, and used crescent slash, sending the mages flying. Seeing this, the 2 bystanders were shocked. This is no scatterer. High burst, high speed, and that ridiculous weapon swap speed. This is a combination of warrior and assassin. At the same time, because the boss's HP was low, it broke control and entered second phase berserk, firing its trident. Wretched humans. It smashed down onto the crowd. Fall into endless darkness. Everyone on the field fell into the deep sea. Screams filled the air. But only Cheng Qianmo was excited. The water is my home turf. As soon as Nazgak entered the water, it entered a 3-0 second invincible state, but it could not move. And Ding Hong's group in the water had to go up for air every 2 minutes. So the female mage suggested they wait above first, and let Cheng Qianmo face Nazgak alone. When he surfaces, kill him directly. Ding Hong was furious, but had no choice. Gu Yunfei insisted on testing this scatterer. Ding Hong was excited. As long as Gu Yunfei was still there, he still had a chance. Now everyone, ignore that dog. Just kill Cheng Qianmo. Reward doubled. Hearing double reward, everyone was pumped up and rushed toward Cheng Qianmo with weapons. What a bunch of fools. On my home turf, you still think you can kill me. But Nazgak's 3-0 second countdown was almost up. If he kept fighting, he might fall here too. So he swam deeper without hesitation. Seeing this, Ding Hong was furious. And holding his breath, there was only 2 minutes of time, and he was so deep, it was basically suicide. At the same time, Nazgak could now move, and let out an earth-shattering roar. Seeing this, they panicked, only then realizing that the most terrifying thing in the water was not Cheng Qianmo, but this deep-sea boss, Nazgak. Soon everyone was forcibly pulled by the deep-sea vortex. No matter how hard they struggled, they could not move. Gu Yunfei's fireball only dealt 298 damage to it. It turned out that fire spells were greatly weakened underwater. Ding Hong immediately ordered everyone to retreat and flee, although Gu Yunfei was unwilling. He had no choice but to retreat first, but Nazgak would not let them go easily. Foolish humans, since you have angered me, stay here. Do not leave. With that, it directly used Ice Torrent, sweeping toward everyone. In an instant, all of them were tightly bound. Your oxygen is depleted. Death countdown 10 seconds. Cheng Qianmo, I am not done with you. When I respawn, I will tear you apart. But the next second, they could only show desperate expressions. Damn Cheng Qianmo, why are you still alive? Then they sank into the deep sea. Cheng Qianmo, you will die a horrible death. Prince Nazgak, now it is just you and me. Shall we play? Play your sister. With that, it launched Ice Torrent at Cheng Qianmo. But Cheng Qianmo calmly activated the starting skill. Mind User can envelop the body with telekinesis to block one attack. Then he immediately put on the Firewalk boots. He needed to close the distance to the boss as soon as possible. He directly used the equipment skill. Speed dash and appeared before Nazgak, then switched weapons. A one-handed sword with 1.5 times attribute effect. His attack power reached the level of around level 25, instantly dealing crushing damage to Nazgak, dealing 988 bonus damage. Nazgak's head hurt from the hit, and it flung him away. Wretched human. Bug, I will kill you. But Cheng Qianmo switched weapons without hesitation, pulled out his trusty Gatling, and sprayed Nazgak. In an instant, it was howling in pain. Its HP also bottomed out. Strike while the iron was hot, it was time to end it. But Nazgak roared in defiance. Despicable human, you will not take anything from me. I will take you down with me. Cheng Qianmo smiled slightly. That depends on whether you can reach me alive. With a flying sword, straight into Nazgak's face. Congratulations on completing the hidden quest Vanishing Shadow. Congratulations on reaching level 17. Congratulations on obtaining a mysterious chest. It was finally in hand. After going ashore, Cheng Qianmo slowly opened the chest. Congratulations on obtaining epic accessory Tide Charm. Active skill Soul Impact. With the Tide Charm, Cheng Qianmo had an extra trump card. Soul Impact ignored all restrictions, such as levels, targets, and anything else. This meant he would be invincible against enemies of the same level, and could even take on higher level enemies. At the same time, within the Jiangcheng City Education Bureau, this year's recommended admission slot, I refused to give it to Cheng Qianmo of number 1 high school. A scruffy man retorted, if not him, then who? He broke our Jiangcheng City record. This man was Li Tian, a third-tier strongman of the Education Bureau. Then a long-haired man said, I admit he is a genius, but he chose the scatterer path. He slammed the table. Jiangcheng City only has 1 recommended slot per year. How can we give it to such a student with no future? This man was Wang Tianfeng, a third-tier strongman of the Education Bureau. I, Wang Tianfeng, firmly oppose this. Li Tian was also angered. Everyone knows you have a grudge against Director Lu. Do you have to use this opportunity for personal revenge? Suddenly applause came from the side. Actually, this matter is very simple to handle. Originally, it had been decided to give the slot to Li Daowang of Fenghua High School. He not only reached level 12 inches the assessment, but also awakened an S-rank Berserk casting, talent and changed class to the rare Cursemancer. Such a combination could be considered top tier for a first-tier awakener. But because Cheng Qianmo came out of nowhere later, everyone sat down and chose him, so why not let them have a duel? The winner directly gets the recommended slot. Cheng Qianmo sold all his leftover goods in bulk. The boss raised the price by 30% to show goodwill. At the same time, the TV was broadcasting the Jiangcheng Academy tournament. Then he learned from the boss that Jiangcheng and Fenghua Academies were going to hold a slot recommendation match. Why had no one notified him about such an important exchange? But when he took out his phone, he was dumbfounded. The exchange match consisted of a team battle and a round robin. The school with the highest points would get the recommended slot. For Jiangcheng Academy, there was a level 10 gunner, fighter, priest, mage, berserker. For Fenghua Academy, there was a swordsman, knight, cursemancer, assassin, scrapper. The appearance of both teams drew cheers from the entire audience, and Director Lu and the others on the podium closed their eyes. Li Daowang mocked, your academy's strongest 3. Why is Cheng Qianmo not here? Did he hide away like a turtle? But Luo Jingjing could only grit her teeth and remain silent. Mages and priests stay back and DPS. Watch out for assassin ambushes. I will provide fire cover, you 2 melee. Go directly to stall Li Daoyu. Then Li Tian loudly announced the start of the match. As soon as he finished speaking, both teams entered combat mode. With Luo Jingjing's heavy fire suppression, the fighter easily got above Li Daoyu. It looked like his heavy punch was about to smash Li Daoyu's head, but Fenghua's knight used a stun strike and sent the fighter flying. At the same time, Fenghua's assassin also circled behind Luo Jingjing. By the time everyone noticed, it was too late to stop. Luo Jingjing was successfully ambushed and spat out a mouthful of blood, then wiped the blood from her mouth. Why was their primary target her, and not the healer behind her? It turned out that in Li Daowang's eyes, Luo Jingjing was the core damage dealer of the team. Then Li Daoyu's skill was about to finish casting. Everyone was shocked. Wasn't Thunderbolt's cooldown 5 seconds, but his was just over 3 seconds. How could others compete? Wang Tianfeng looked proud. His awakened talent was S-rank berserk casting. At the same time, Li Daoyu's thunderbolt hit Luo Jingjing. Seeing the danger, the priest quickly put a shield word on Luo Jingjing. But even so, she was still hit hard. Damn, it turned out. His thunderbolt had a homing function. With a boom on the field, Luo Jingjing was blasted away. After checking her injuries, Shuiqin said, "We concede this round." Li Dawang laughed like a pig. Then the round-robin results were also terrible. If they lost 2 more rounds, Jiangcheng Academy would be out. Everyone could only hope for a miracle. Amidst the mocking laughter, Director Lu remained calm. "No rush. The match is not over yet." All right, then let your students take more beatings." But even at this point, Cheng Qianmo's phone was still unreachable. But just as Jiangcheng's female swordsman was about to be knocked down, a pair of big hands appeared. Everyone on the field was stunned, but Director Lu smiled slightly, as if everything was under control. "You rest, classmate. I will take over from here." Fenghua's swordsman still mocked him. "So what if you came? Die." But who knew? Cheng Qianmo directly pulled out his trusty Gatling. After a burst of fire, the swordsman's eyes went wide. That firepower was way too fierce. Then he was knocked down with a thud. "Next challenger, please." Look at Cheng Qianmo's info. Only then did everyone notice he was already level 17. Only 3 days had passed since the secret realm assessment. 1 level per day was shocking. Immediately, the cheers of Cheng Qianmo's greatness filled the field. Wang Tianfeng was also stunned. How could a mere scatterer level up so fast? Director Lu looked embarrassed. "I only knew he would come back, but I did not expect him to be level 17. You sure can keep a secret, Director Lu. Now your Jiangcheng Academy can really show off." Then Fenghua's assassin jumped down. "Why did my teammates all get weak opponents? Well, I have to face a level 17 monster like Cheng Qianmo." Cheng Qianmo raised his chin slightly. "Hurry up. I am in a rush." Helpless, the assassin had no choice but to charge in. It seemed he had to rely on a surprise attack. He vanished in an instant. But Cheng Qianmo leaped up, then used the fighter skill Eagle Stamp, instantly stomping the assassin away. Awesome. Using a fighter AoE skill to break an assassin's stealth. Why did our teacher never teach this combat technique? I must ask Senior Cheng for advice later. The academy had actually received news of Cheng Qianmo's return, but deliberately held back. The goal was to create a powerful campus idol. This was the best way to inspire the students' fighting spirit. In just 10 minutes, the score was tied. "Senior, bad news. Can't you see I am training? What are you yelling about?" That, Cheng Qianmo's back, and tied the score in just 15 minutes. "Our students are about to break down." Li Dawang felt like he had been struck by lightning. That is absolutely impossible. The crowd was also discussing. A 1v15 feat was unheard of. Now the pressure was on Fenghua Academy. The last scrapper student was also trembling. At that moment, Li Dawang suddenly walked out of the restroom. A level 17 Cheng Qianmo bullying a level 10. Interesting. If you have the guts, fight me. But as soon as he spoke, the referee stopped him. "This is nonsense. You cannot change the rules as you please. You have already rested and are not qualified to re-enter the ring." Li Dawang ignored him and stared at Cheng Qianmo. "I ask you, do you dare to fight me in the final round? No problem. Then both of you can come at me together." But the Jiangcheng audience disagreed. "Li Dawang, your move is too despicable." Using the senior's competitive nature to provoke him. But Director Lu on the podium agreed. Director Zhang understood the message. Since both leaders agree, then the final round will be Li Jianmo Li Daoyu versus Cheng Qianmo. As soon as he finished speaking, Li Daoyu arranged his tactics. "You just charge in and tie him up. Leave the rest to me. I declare the final round begins now." As soon as he finished speaking, Li Jianmo's punch flew at Cheng Qianmo's face, and Li Daoyu took the chance to use Thunderbolt. Cheng Qianmo ducked low to dodge, switched to gauntlets, and sent Li Jianmo flying with an uppercut, then leaped up, and used the skill Rising Dragon Fist. With a boom, dust filled the air, and Li Jianmo was smashed into the ground. Cheng Qianmo is awesome. Boss, watch out for Li Daoyu's Thunderbolt. At the same time, Li Daoyu's Thunderbolt was fully charged. A huge ball of crackling lightning. He looked at Cheng Qianmo disdainfully. As Cheng Qianmo had guessed, this Li Daoyu was definitely suspicious. Now you are surprised. Is it not a little late? Only I deserve this sole recommended slot. Die, Cheng Qianmo. The Thunderbolt surged with energy and smashed toward Cheng Qianmo. Seeing this, Cheng Qianmo immediately used the block skill Mind Shield. Thunderbolt's cooldown was 5 seconds. With Li Daoyu's talent bonus, it took at least 3.5 seconds. Counting the time he spent taking out Li Jianmo, that was at most 3 seconds. That meant his cast time was 0.5 seconds faster. Under the bombardment of Li Daoyu's Thunderbolt, the area where Cheng Qianmo stood was instantly engulfed in billowing dust. Just as Li Daoyu was about to check the result, Cheng Qianmo's figure slowly emerged from the dust. Although your talent is berserk casting, there is no way you reduce Thunderbolt's cooldown to 3 seconds. You can fool others, but you cannot fool me. Cheng Qianmo, you must have violated the rules and received the second layer beginner secret realm baptism. Am I right? Student Li Daoyu. Li Dawang's face looked like he had eaten shit, not to mention the cooldown issue. Cheng Qianmo was actually unharmed under his Thunderbolt. How was that possible? Everyone was also puzzled. What was the second layer secret realm baptism that Cheng Qianmo mentioned? A knowledgeable student explained. The so-called secret realm baptism was a special version of the school's secret realm, just like the students' Raging Flame training, which had both easy and normal difficulties. After clearing it, you could obtain a special buff through baptism. And Li Daoyu had clearly obtained the normal difficulty for levels 11 to 20. The Fenghua students finally understood. Investigate Fenghua Academy thoroughly. Give Jiangcheng Academy justice. Old Lu, did you notice anything? If you look closely, his cast cooldown is indeed problematic. Why not check his data at the Management Association? What do you think, old Wang? Wang Tianfeng's face darkened. You cannot win, so you throw mud. What we did not notice. How could you, a mere scatterer, see it? And reaching level 7 so quickly. I bet you are not clean either. Cheng Qianmo smiled slightly. As Li Daoyu's mentor, are you sure you want to play dumb? Wang Tianfeng's face looked like he had eaten shit. You snot-nosed brat. You do not know your place. Then let me test you. What attribute does the Blue Fist Saint's willpower drive specifically have? If you are wrong, do not blame me for being rude. The students discussed. This is one of the famous sewer class trio. No one in the school has ever changed to it. And it was never covered in class. How could Cheng Qianmo possibly know? Wang Tianfeng looked suspicious. If he had not encountered a powerful blue fist in his youth, he would not know about this class either. But Cheng Qianmo remained calm. Regarding the question you raised, Director Wang, I do know a little. The so-called willpower drive is a basic skill of the Full Sage class. It involves planting a giant weapon into the ground and causing all enemies within range to be in a stun state. The duration is about 0.8 seconds. It also increases your own movement speed by 20%, attack speed by 10%, and jump power by 50%, lasting 10 seconds. Wang Tianfeng was shocked. You even know such a sewer class so well. Seeing this, the students were excited. Seeing Director Wang's expression, that looked worse than eating shit. It was simply awesome. A true boss is a boss. Something us ordinary students can only envy. But Li Daoyu was not calm. He said it was just a blind cat hitting a dead mouse. Then let me ask you, what are the hidden characteristics of a Cursemancer's skills? Can you tell me that? Hearing this question, the Jiangcheng students became uneasy. You Fenghua Academy are really despicable. If you are not of this class, who would know? Such core information. Asking skill effects is one thing, but you deliberately ask about hidden characteristics. Cheng Qianmo's eyes turned cold. Since that is the case, I will let you die with clarity. Curses are divided into 5 natural attributes. Metal, wood, water, fire, earth. Different types of curses have completely different enhancement effects. And the hidden characteristic of a Cursemancer is even simpler. Is it not just that after learning curses, you can imbue them into your spells? The reason your Thunderbolt was so powerful was because you fused it with a metal attribute curse. After becoming a second-tier curse spirit master, you can also absorb the power of spirits as a foundation. What is so complicated about that? Li Daoyu looked utterly incredulous. How do you know all this so clearly? Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. As he spoke, his legs could not help trembling. Then he collapsed to the ground with a thud. Li Tian looked proud. This kid's talent is indeed good. But unfortunately, he chose the wrong path. Today's farce ends here. What do you think, Director Wang? Wang Tianfeng slumped into his seat. Fine, I admit defeat. It was my narrow-mindedness that was blinded by hatred. I only hope that Fenghua Academy can be dealt with fairly. With that, the match came to an end. Fenghua Academy will be seriously investigated and dealt with. This exchange match is won by Jiangcheng Academy. Cheers from the students rang out everywhere. We are the champions. Cheng Qianmo is awesome. I want to have your babies. Jiangcheng Academy hereby announces. This year's sole recommended admission slot for Jiangcheng City is awarded to student Cheng Qianmo. But Cheng Qianmo asked Director Lu, what secret manuals do the current universities of Xiaobo have in their possession? But what puzzled Cheng Qianmo was, why did none of these schools have the dungeons he wanted? But one university caught his attention. Why did Divine Domain University, with its many high-level secret realms, not rank in the top 10 of Xiaobo? Li Tian slowly put down his teacup. Speaking of Divine Domain University, that is a long story. 50 years ago, Divine Domain University was the undisputed #1 university in Xiaobo. Not only did it have numerous high-level secret realms, but its students were also very talented. But later, more and more schools developed even higher-level secret realms. Through constant baptism, they became stronger and stronger. But even so, the difficulty of Divine Domain University's secret realms was inexplicably much higher than other schools, so clearing some high-difficulty dungeons was nearly impossible. Over time, too many students had no choice but to give up on Divine Domain University. So the school's strength began to decline rapidly. But Divine Domain University's dungeons were exactly what Cheng Qianmo needed, although it was now in decline. That was not the key. Since Divine Domain University was no longer in the top 10, then I will return this recommended slot to the academy. I want to take the college entrance exam myself and choose the school I desire. Li Tian was stunned. Cheng Qianmo, think carefully. If you lose this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, it will be too late to regret. But Director Lu had a different view. Lao Li, do not say more. The school respects student Cheng's choice, but the school will not let you lose out either. Feel free to make any requests. So Cheng Qianmo handed over the list of materials he needed. I wonder if the school can provide these. Director Lu said, just ask. But when he saw the material list, he was stunned. Are you here to rob me? Meanwhile, at the Management Association, Dai Tu checked. This is what we found. About all the information on Cheng Qianmo in the beach area, Dai Tu began to review it. He wondered which university could produce such a terrifying genius. But seeing Cheng Qianmo's information, he was even more shocked. How is it Jiangcheng Academy, and only a third-year student? How is that possible? This kid's combat power evaluation exceeds 12000. No wonder he could solo a level 22 rare king at level 15. This is simply a monster. This kid will surely be a pillar of Xiaobo in the future. Such a top genius must not be destroyed. Dai Tu, look here. There was also a strong man of unknown combat power here. Dai Tu panicked. How is there another top-tier expert? And he was with Cheng Qianmo. But just then, he learned that Moulin University had come looking for them. The reception room was already in an uproar. A group of parents were crying and telling their sad stories. Wu Wei Yuan, you are finally here. Today, you must get justice for us parents. That vicious Cheng Qianmo attacked fellow Xiaobo students so severely and caused them to drop 4 levels for no reason. Please, Wu Wei Yuan, give us an explanation. Then the 65th level executive vice principal of Moulin University, Zhang Hongshan, suddenly appeared. Wu Wei Yuan, long time no see. I am sure you have just heard everyone's pleas. So, please hand over that villain Cheng Qianmo's information to me. But Wu Wei Yuan refused on the spot. We need to discuss this further. From what I know, Cheng Qianmo was not at fault. The conflict was started by your school first, so I am afraid I cannot comply. Hearing this, Zhang Hongshan's aura burst out, and he said angrily, what if our Moulin University insists on pursuing this matter? But Wu Wei Yuan did not back down. What if I insist on protecting him? The atmosphere became tense. Neither was willing to back down, but suddenly, Zhang Hongshan burst out laughing. I knew you would be stubborn, so I had already prepared a backup plan. Before you came, I had already requested instructions from the head office in the name of Moulin University. By now the approval should be almost here. This cunning old fox. He actually jumped the line to ask the head office for Cheng Qianmo. I can only help you this far. From now on, you can only hope for the best. At the same time, the head office's reply had arrived. Principal Zhang, you are indeed one of the top 5 strongest in Tianhe. When you make a move, even the head office has to give you some face. But when they saw the reply, both were shocked. Rejected? How is that possible? Zhang Hongshan was also shocked. Could it be that this kid has a backer even he could not afford to offend? He must not make any more trouble over this matter. Wu Wei Yuan was also shocked. Could it be related to that unknown strong man's information? Or perhaps it is some big shot within our management association. Kid, you have hidden yourself quite well, and here I was working so hard to help you just now. The parents who had been calling for justice were also dumbfounded. We respect the decision from above. It must be our child who was wrong. We will discipline them properly when we get home. We will definitely not cause trouble for the management association. Zhang Hongshan also changed his attitude, my friend. Today was a misunderstanding. Here is a small token of my sincerity. Please pass my regards to student Cheng Qianmo. With that, he turned and left in a hurry, looking at the card in his hand. Wu Wei Yuan was also shocked. This was truly a generous gesture. The Black Tower of the Apocalypse auction house, and a level 60 top-grade defensive item. Kid, your starting point has already surpassed more than 90% of the people in Xiaobo. You must not disappoint us seniors who have high hopes for you. Cheng Qianmo gave up the only recommended slot in the province. To compensate for his loss, the school agreed to provide him with some materials. But even with the whole school's efforts, they could only gather about a third. To get them all, it would require approval from the city-level leadership. Cheng Qianmo was surprised. Thank you. Director Li, I have urgent matters, so I will take my leave. Director Li was about to ask, but Director Lu stopped him. Let him go. As long as no one dies, Jiangcheng Academy will take responsibility for you. However, can you tell us why you need so many materials? Cheng Qianmo turned back and smiled. I want to forge a weapon that transcends the era. In the Fenghua Academy meeting room, due to this cheating incident, the Education Bureau decided to reduce the school's resources, and its students are banned from any college entrance exams for 5 years. As for the instigator, Wang Tianfeng, he has been taken into custody by the Discipline Committee, and is under organizational investigation. It seems this time is truly over. It is said, some lower-grade students have already transferred out in recent days. Sigh, without 7 or 8 years, Fenghua Academy probably cannot recover. Just then, the meeting room door was suddenly pushed open. Bad news. That student Cheng Qianmo is here causing trouble. Everyone was furious. This is going too far. Let us see what tricks that kid can pull. He seems to be that monstrous scatterer Cheng Qian. Taking a closer look, he is really handsome. May I ask what brings student Cheng to our school? Cheng Qianmo smiled wickedly. I want to initiate a secret realm challenge. All the teachers were shocked. A student wants to initiate a secret realm challenge. The so-called secret realm challenge was about the ownership of a secret realm. Normally, secret realms were in the hands of schools. If outsiders did not have the school's permission, even if they cleared it, they would get no rewards. Unless that person set a new record for clearing the secret realm, then they could claim ownership. And the act of challenging another's secret realm was called a secret realm challenge. A mere level 17 wanting to initiate a secret realm challenge. You are overestimating yourself. If you know what is good for you, get out of our Fenghua Academy. Could it be that the academy is afraid Since that is the case, do you dare to make a bet with me? A teacher was about to lose his temper, but Principal Kang stopped him. What do you want to bet on? Old man, I have a list. There are a total of 20 materials on this list. If I succeed today, you must provide at least 5 of them. Principal Kang looked serious. What does a student want these materials for? Could he also be a promising craftsman? Then he changed his tone. And if you fail? What then? If I fail, I will agree to any condition you name. I accept this bet. Student Cheng Qianmo, this way. Our school has a total of 4 beginner-level secret realms. Dead Mines, Wailing Caverns, Hidden Cliff Castle, Dark Abyss. I will give you 3 attempts. As long as you set a new record in any one of them, you win this bet. Everyone thought he would choose the easiest, Dead Mines Secret Realm. But even so, Teacher Luo back then spent 2 months to set such a ridiculous record. But the next second, they were shocked by Cheng Qianmo's choice. Because he chose the hardest, Dark Abyss, Principal Kang reminded him. This secret realm has a very complex terrain. At your level, it is almost impossible. I suggest you choose another one. Cheng Qianmo smirked. I have decided. I will run Dark Abyss. With that, Principal Kang waved his hand. Immediately open the live broadcast screens in all classrooms. All right, I will do it right away. If he fails, Jiangcheng Academy's reputation will take a big hit. This is a great opportunity to boost student morale. Cheng Qianmo slid straight into the secret realm. Dark Abyss was an underground reservoir maze. The monsters were mostly murlocs. With average vision, but exceptionally developed hearing, this feeling was so familiar. He swung his staff and smashed directly, overwhelming the murlocs, and bringing them all to low health. Then he burst forward with a jump, and finished them off with another strike. The students watching were stunned. Wow, that damage is terrifying. Even if he is higher level than the murlocs, it should not be like this. Then he passed through a narrow valley. A dense group of murlocs blocked his way. This was the first challenge of Dark Abyss. Fighting in the water would be very troublesome. Fortunately, Cheng Qianmo was a scatterer. He used the all-class universal skill leap, and jumped straight over the murloc swarm. Wow, this ordinary leap skill. He uses it like it is Qinggong. Even Teacher Luo back then was tortured by these piranhas for a long time. But his time was half of Teacher Luo's. Principal Kang was stunned. How is that possible? Soon, Cheng Qianmo encountered the first boss of the secret realm, the 3000 HP Lobster King Bolton, unexpectedly. This boss's stats were even lower than Sticky Radiant Dust. Not worth mentioning, Cheng Qianmo met the first boss Bolton. Without a word, he blasted it with a fire burst. Hit by the attack, Bolton finally noticed Cheng Qianmo's presence. Because its setting was that it would only be discovered when a player attacked or approached it. Meanwhile, the teachers were mocking him, daring to attack Bolton head-on. This kid is dead. Even Teacher Luo Yong back then took hundreds of attempts to discover the trick to this stage. That was to cross to the other side without alerting Bolton. Although it added a lot of time, it was the best way to clear it. Let us all witness this kid being torn apart by the frenzied piranhas. But Cheng Qianmo did not retreat. He advanced and burst right in front of Bolton, using a ground slide. Then using the skill flying kick, he kicked Bolton in the stomach, sending it crashing into the lake. Then he landed on Bolton's back. Bolton thought Cheng Qianmo was foolish. The water was its home turf. If it dove down, Cheng Qianmo would surely lose. But Cheng Qianmo remained calm. He switched to gauntlets. As you wish. Before Bolton could react, Cheng Qianmo stomped it down to the bottom. The piranhas at the bottom were attracted by the blood and went into frenzy and began to devour Bolton's body. But frenzied piranhas did not care who you were. Even if you were the stage boss, they would not care. Bolton tried to struggle to leave the surface, but Cheng Qianmo would not give it the chance. He grabbed Bolton's yellow blood and threw it to the surface. Then pushed Bolton down again. Then he switched to a grappling hook and shot toward the shore and quickly escaped the battlefield. Your intelligence is far from enough. Then he ran into the tunnel, leaving Bolton's shredded remains on the lake. Seeing this, the whole school was stunned. Comparing this, Teacher Luo Yong would become a joke. Hopefully the maze would waste more of his time. But the next second, the principal's mouth fell wide open. This kid's route was completely correct. Even smoother than Teacher Luo Yong's route. Could he have been here before? The principal suddenly stood up. Everyone, stop deceiving yourselves. Whether this is his first time here, everyone knows the answer. Is it really that hard to admit that you are inferior? It seems. Our Fenghua High School will lose to a high school student, unless something unexpected happens. A new record will be set today, and from now on, it will probably be very hard for anyone to break it. By now, Cheng Qianmo had reached the final stage. Lighting one brazier would spawn 4 black marsh serpents. After killing all of them, the final boss would appear. Given his current state, handling 16 at once was no problem. Without further ado, fire burst whooshed out, and in an instant, all 4 braziers were lit. All the students were dumbfounded. The boss is going to take them all on at once. If the god can clear it smoothly, I will apply to transfer schools tomorrow. But the teachers on site had different opinions. Clearly on the verge of clearing the dungeon, he had to show off. But if he failed, Fenghua Academy would be saved. Cheng Qianmo, let me see. Whether you are a genius or a fool. Facing 16 black marsh serpents, Cheng Qianmo did not move at all. Soul Reaper's signature skill, Erosion of Pulameng, reduces the abnormal status resistance and magic resistance of nearby targets. Duration 30 seconds. Just then, All 16 black marsh serpents attacked at once. Cheng Qianmo leaped up and dodged the attack. Then he pulled out a napalm bomb and detonated it above the serpent swarm. Cheng Qianmo's move was very ambitious. Erosion can reduce resistance and magic defense. The napalm bomb can apply an ignite effect. Could this kid be? Cheng Qianmo suddenly pulled out a staff and chanted a string of incantations. A mysterious large array appeared in the air. Then countless meteors rained down on the serpents, mixed with the napalm bombs. The scene was instantly engulfed in flames and exploded everywhere. The three completely different classes of ammunition, elements, and experts in Cheng Qianmo's hands could produce such an amazing chemical reaction. It seems the Scatterer class is not entirely useless. Indeed, he is focused on equipment. With such creative skill combinations and that terrifying battle instinct, our Fenghua High School did not lose unjustly. Then blue flames suddenly appeared on the pillars, and 3 giant snakes materialized out of thin air. Who dares to summon me? It was the final boss, the level 20 Hydra, an elite beast. Cheng Qianmo smiled. Old friend, long time no see. Let me see how strong you are now. Pathetic aunt. I will make you pay for your arrogance. It opened its huge mouth and used noxious spray. Cheng Qianmo used Blink to dodge the poison attack, and followed up with Rift Wave Slash. In an instant, he severed the left head of Akumail, but it had an infinite resurrection mechanism. Only by cutting off both side heads could the resurrection be prevented. Cheng Qianmo immediately switched weapons, and used the assassin's exclusive pre-skill, Backstab, and severed the right head of Akumail in an instant. Then he pulled out his grappling hook and used Hook, hooking onto its snake head, then using the hook to close the distance while switching weapons, a draw slash, sending a semicircular slash forward, directly killing Akumail's main head. Congratulations to Cheng Qianmo for successfully setting a new record for Dark Abyss. Clear time 1 hour, 56 minutes, 32 seconds. The ownership of Dark Abyss henceforth changes to Cheng Qianmo. After killing Akumail, Cheng Qianmo reached level 18, and his combat power reached a terrifying 13028. Cheng Qianmo chose to open without hesitation. Congratulations on obtaining Hydra Fang, Turtle Heavy Shell, Void Tentacles. These were exactly the materials Cheng Qianmo needed to forge his weapon. It seemed he was one step closer to success. This time, Cheng Qianmo's clear time was more than double that of teacher Luo. The Secret Realm Stele also displayed the name Cheng Qianmo. All the teachers were stunned. We were all blinded by the records, set at great cost in the early years, and today we have paid a heavy price. Dark Abyss has been taken by Cheng Qianmo. It is time to fulfill the promise. Student Cheng, rest assured. We will gather what you need within a week. Cheng Qianmo's eyes suddenly turned sharp, and he proposed to challenge the remaining 3 secret realms. All the teachers were shocked. Principal Kang, you must not agree. Otherwise we will lose everything. Principal Kang said angrily, you bunch of fools. Even if we do not agree, he can still do it. According to the rules, no one can refuse a secret realm challenge. Of course, if you succeed, I will double the materials for you. But Principal Kang said he had one additional condition. Our Fenghua Academy requests to merge into your Jiangcheng Academy. This old Kang is quite cunning, taking this chance to secure Fenghua Academy's continuation. Otherwise, Fenghua Academy would be doomed this time. But just then, someone reported that troublemaker Cheng Qianmo is at the school. But Principal Zheng was not flustered, making a fuss over nothing. I admit this student Cheng Qianmo has something. Breaking our school's secret realm record should be easy. Although we cannot refuse his secret realm challenge, we will see if he can even reach the secret realm hall. Meanwhile, at the entrance of Tianhe Academy, are you student Cheng Qianmo? My name is Zhang Yuqi, level 22 Qigong Master. I challenge you to a duel. Cheng Qianmo sneered. Using such a dirty trick to stop me. The school had an unwritten rule. If the level difference was within 20, a duel could be forcibly initiated. Usually, this was a punishment for students who committed serious offenses, and the school's higher-ups watched the video to find weaknesses in Cheng Qianmo. Cheng Qianmo, blame your great ambition for trying to covet the foundation of our Tianhe Academy. He used the skill Thunder Kick, but Cheng Qianmo caught Zhang Yuxi's left foot firmly, then blocked his right kick. And the next second, he threw Zhang Yuxi away. The entire smooth sequence of moves was executed in under 1 second. High-level block application. This was a skill that could only be mastered after 3rd tier. Then he leaped up and instantly used the basic skill, Eagle Stamp. Zhang Yuxi spat out a mouthful of old blood and was slammed heavily into the ground. The next second, blood flowed from all 7 orifices, and he passed out. The great god has come to our school. He instantly killed level 22 Zhang Yuxi with a 4-level gap. Teacher, look, it is teacher Shuli-kun, level 24. To stop me, a student, from challenging the secret realm. Do you teachers not feel ashamed of playing this relay game? You are right. We will wear you down. I do not believe that after a dozen rounds, you will still have the energy to challenge the secret realm. Since that is the case, I will not waste any words. As soon as he finished speaking, Cheng Qianmo used Soul Impact, which could force a target into a 4-second stun. Cooldown 2 minutes. Shuli-kun began to tremble all over, unable to move. Cheng Qianmo then pulled out his trusty Gatling and sprayed Shuli-kun. In an instant, Teacher Shu was taken out. Everyone cried out, impossible. How can we fight this? Cheng Qianmo looked coldly at the camera. Next challenger, please. The meeting room fell silent. Then everyone stood up. This Cheng Qianmo simply does not take us seriously. Are we a group of people afraid of a mere brat? With that, all the school's higher-ups came to the field, each wearing an angry expression. But Cheng Qianmo remained calm. Since you are all here, then line up and come one by one. But just then, a figure suddenly appeared. Outrageous. I, a level 27 berserker, will take you on. But as soon as he spoke, Cheng Qianmo's bullets came flying, and he fell flat on his face in front of Cheng Qianmo. Cheng Qianmo said calmly, "Next, let our Dragon Tiger duo take you on." Wait, the level 38 grabber go first. But no matter who came, the result was the same. Only Principal Zheng and 2 teachers remained on the field. Now, Principal Zheng's expression was like he had eaten shit. According to the rules, the school had no teacher left to stop this kid. But how could he give up the school's century-old foundation? So a vicious idea came to his mind. He decided to just kill this. Suddenly he sensed a terrifying aura locked onto him. It seems this kid has a powerful guard behind him. If I forcefully act today, death will surely greet me. He had no choice but to compromise. Otherwise his position as principal might not be safe. He then put on a respectful expression. "I heard you came. The teachers were all too enthusiastic, having met you today. You are indeed extraordinary. Student Cheng Qianmo, please come this way." After Cheng Qianmo challenged all the academies in Jiangcheng City, his strength jumped to the top 3 in Xiaobo. In view of student Cheng Qianmo's outstanding performance over the past half-month, he is hereby awarded the title of Honorary Principal. Since everyone has no objections, we will hold the award ceremony when he returns. Meeting adjourned. But speaking of which, where has this kid gone to cause trouble again? Apocalypse Continent, Lano Coast. The monsters here were all level 16 to 27. Cheng Qianmo had reached level 20. Both the conversion system and passives had been upgraded to level 3. The Gatling passive trigger chance increased by 5%. All weapon swap cooldowns permanently reduced. Passive crit rate increased to 22%. And Rift Wave Slash's invincibility time had reached a terrifying 0.4 seconds. Now it was time to forge that weapon that transcends the era. He went alone to a blacksmith shop. After asking, he learned that learning forging cost 50, processing 100. If you have no money, get lost. A typical price was only 20 gold coins. But it seemed this old man was not a greedy person. Could he be a forging master obsessed with smelting? If you find it expensive, consider your own reasons. Have you been grinding mobs and gaining experience all these years? Hearing that, Cheng Qianmo was speechless. He might as well go back to the factory and turn screws. But it is a pity that I have this peerless blueprint. The old man glanced at it. This blueprint is definitely not simple, so he rushed out in a panic. Let me take a good look at this blueprint. Seeing that, Cheng Qianmo quickly waved the blueprint in front of the old man. But the forging training fee? The old man said without thinking, "Free. The bookshelf is on the right. Help yourself." The old man was amazed. This blueprint must have come from a legendary master. I have been forging since I was 3 years old, and I still cannot understand it. Cheng Qianmo grabbed the blueprint. This was jointly improved by me and several visual artists. So ordinary blacksmiths cannot understand it. The old man looked flustered. Although I do not understand it, I still understand the principles. Please allow me to participate. The quality of this weapon. All other costs and auxiliary materials will be provided by me. Cheng Qianmo pretended to be reluctant. But I only have one set of main materials. If you fail, I will suffer a great loss. Why not first forge these 4 items on the blueprint, so I can see your skill? Soon the old man forged them all. They were wolf claw gloves. Cheng Qianmo picked them up and nodded with satisfaction. A level 15 blueprint was actually forged into level 25 fine quality. In terms of stats, this old man's forging skill was indeed good. His combat power increased by over 3,000 points. Probably in the history of Xiaobo, no student had ever had an attack power of over 6,000 points. So the two happily reached a cooperation. While they were busy inside, Huang Tian, a level 28 sword soul from Lanfeng Academy, walked in. But he did not see the old man. Although the old man was reclusive, he was one of the few senior forging masters on the continent. Huang Tian had used connections and spent a lot of money for the old man to reluctantly agree. At that moment, the old man's voice came from inside, criticizing, "You, a senior forging master, did you buy your certificate through the back door? You cannot even tell the difference between feudal forging and free forging." Huang Tian was stunned. Someone was actually publicly questioning old Jiang's forging skills, so he lifted the curtain and went in. At that moment, the old man was also confused by Cheng Qianmo's scolding. "What is critical Renault technique? I have been forging since I was 3 and have never heard of it." Huang Tian was shocked. A renowned forging master being scolded like this by a young man. Huang Tian awkwardly waved. "Old Jiang, I am here." Cheng Qianmo was puzzled. This voice sounds so familiar, so he turned around with a strange look. Seeing Cheng Qianmo's expression, Huang Tian broke out in a cold sweat. Why is this kid looking at me with such a weird gaze? Last time, an old pervert tried to sleep with me and had the same look. It turned out that Huang Tian was his teammate from the previous life, both online and offline. They had been inseparable friends, and he was the level 98 #1 sword soul in Apocalypse, famous for his superb swordsmanship. Then old Jiang said he was busy today, but Cheng Qianmo suddenly proposed, "I only tested your equipment forging skills earlier, but weapon forging has not been tested yet. Why not use his weapon forging as the test?" Old Jiang was angry. "Kid, are you bullying an honest man?" But thinking of Cheng Qianmo's master-level skills, and that amazing design blueprint for this once-in-a-lifetime learning opportunity. Old Jiang reluctantly agreed, rolled up his sleeves and started hammering. An hour later, Huang Tian picked up the weapon with satisfaction. Truly worthy of Old Jiang. Old Jiang was also proud. I'm not bragging. In all of Xiaobo, few can surpass me. Then Huang Tian excitedly swung the weapon. Its DPS exceeded 100 points, and the attack speed was even more exaggerated. But he felt the look in this kid's eyes behind him was strange. He would have to be careful later. Then Cheng Qianmo announced that Old Jiang had passed the test. Old Jiang confidently said, "Leave it to me." After 5 hours of forging, a golden light shone inside the room. Old Jiang had forged all his life, but had never seen such a situation. Upon completion, such brilliant golden light appeared, and the weapon was only in its first stage, with unlimited room for improvement in the future. Flowing Light 1000 Blades increased all 4 attributes by 8 points. The equipment effect also allowed seamless switching between 4 weapon forms. It was practically a divine artifact. Cheng Qianmo picked up Flowing Light 1000 Blades and checked. Its base damage was 25% higher than in his previous life. No one would dare to imagine a mere level 20 student could craft a weapon with a base damage of 150 points. With a few clicking sounds, a machine gun radiating golden energy was assembled. Old Jiang could not believe his eyes. This is really a weapon I helped make. It could be the masterpiece of his lifetime, and it could transform into various forms. Could this be the legendary unique screen? Then Cheng Qianmo tried to transform it into a spear form, and a radiant golden battle robe appeared in his hand. Congratulations. Successfully soul-bound with the S-rank hidden weapon Flowing Light 1000 Blades. After binding, it will not drop even upon death. The weapon is currently in an unsharpened state. All attributes are temporarily reduced by 50%. To sharpen it, it must be soaked in the blood of a level 25 plus boss to unlock its full capabilities. Then, Cheng Qianmo went alone to the ultimate secret realm, Razor Marsh. The dungeon entrance was already full of players grouping up. There were still 10 minutes until the appointed time. Probably Huang Tian, as in the previous life, would arrive at the last minute. Perfect. He could set up the remaining 2 conversion skills. So he first converted an elementalist's Void Sphere. Fires a black sphere formed from void at enemies. Void Sphere has high attack. Attack interval 0.5 seconds. Void Sphere passive. When using any spell, there is a 15% chance to fire a black sphere and cause the enemy to take continuous damage. This Void Sphere passive conversion was not bad. It could trigger 2 to 3 passive procs during cooldown, and the damage was also decent. For the second passive conversion, he chose Status Mark, but he was not sure if it would convert successfully. According to the active skill, within 30 seconds, when hitting an enemy, it generates a dark attribute mark lasting 30 seconds, which increases your own physical crit rate and makes the enemy take 10% more dark damage. A maximum of 7 marks can be generated. Congratulations, host, successfully converted Dark Skill Mark. The passive is when attacking an enemy with a spear. It generates up to 2 seconds of Dark Attribute Mark. When using the mark to suppress an enemy, it increases your own physical crit rate and increases damage to the enemy by 10%. A maximum of 9 Dark Marks can be generated. The reason it is so flashy is because the Dark Damage amplification can have a synergistic effect with Void Sphere. But unexpectedly, after converting to passive, the duration was directly removed, and it no longer required a specific skill to trigger. If I converted marks of all attributes, would a single spear strike generate 5 different marks? Would that make this weapon too overpowered? Then a person nearby caught his attention. He was being mocked for being inexperienced, because in their eyes, the Scatterer was the most garbage class. Cheng Qianmo immediately switched his weapon to machine gun mode and started spraying with a Gatling. With his current strength, he could instantly kill them with overwhelming force. The teachers were also watching the action on the field. Potential evaluation was just a reference. What truly determined academic performance was still the performance in the secret realm. By this time, he should have cleared about a quarter, but when they looked at the big screen, they were stunned. Am I seeing this correctly? This Cheng Qianmo has already killed the Radiant Dust. Only 2 minutes had passed since the start. I really want to know how he did it. But unfortunately, the replay was not available yet. Then Cheng Qianmo arrived at the second stage, facing a wave of bomb robots. The Hanwu leader directly said he was an idiot, running into a pile of bomb robots. Their bombs had indiscriminate area attacks. Even at level 20, he could not take 2 hits. It seems the SSS potential student is not that impressive, just a reckless brute. But after Cheng Qianmo's movement, he not only dodged all the attacks, but also did it with ease. The teachers on the field could no longer sit still. What is this? Movement ability. Prediction ability. It is simply incredible. No wonder he is an SSS potential monster. But why did he pull so many bomb robots? If he keeps going forward, he will be caught between the boss and the robots. Director Lu was also worried. Cheng Qianmo, how do you plan to handle this? Then, a large group of bomb robots followed closely behind him. Soon he arrived in front of the second stage boss. Cheng Qianmo's eyes suddenly lit up. No. At the moment the bomb robots met the boss, he suddenly leaped onto the boss's head. The boss immediately used a lightning attack, and the bomb robots also threw their bombs. Cheng Qianmo switched his weapon to a staff. The killing moment had arrived. Seeing countless bombs flying at him, he immediately used the major's signature skill, Teleport Swap, which left the bomb leader confused. Then, Cheng Qianmo used the scrapper's signature skill, Iron Mountain Push. pushing all the bomb robots toward the boss. With a loud boom, the boss and the robots all perished together, leaving only scattered debris on the ground. The teachers outside exclaimed, "This is absolutely a genius. He only used 2 minor skills to accomplish this. I have taught all my life, and have never seen such a talented student. After 100 years, such a prodigy has finally appeared. Heaven blesses our Shah country." Then director Hanwoo stood up and switched the main screen to Cheng Qianmo's first-person view. Everyone also chimed in. "We must carefully study student Cheng Qianmo's operations. We need to use the big screen. If anyone wants to watch their own students, please use the small screens." The bespectacled teacher was annoyed. Today's spotlight should have belonged to our Hanwoo, but it was stolen by an unknown god of blood. Now you are being watched by hundreds of eyes. I do not believe you will not make another mistake later. Cheng Qianmo had now reached the next stage. This was Moru Ruigan's ace killing machine. According to past records, defeating it would secure a top position. The reason it was called the Gatekeeper was because of its Bentai buff skill, Aging Aura. Within 1 minute, challengers would be burdened with over 6% weakness, which greatly increased the chance of sudden death. But for Cheng Qianmo, it was just a minor trick. Cheng Qianmo charged in with a great sword and unleashed a crushing attack on the killing machine. Then he followed up with a slide, and then a grapple hold. He firmly grabbed it and tried to perform a back throw. Seeing this, the teachers were puzzled. Why is this kid using a back throw on a heavy unit? It seems he does not even understand the basics. I thought he was a genius. The bespectacled teacher laughed excitedly. This is utterly stupid. But then they noticed Cheng Qianmo was not affected by the aging aura. All the teachers were stunned. Why did the debuff not work? How is that possible? This kid, could it be that he used the 0-second invincibility during the back throw? Invincibility, meaning the invincibility frames during skill casting. The duration was short, and very few could utilize it. But once in the invincible state, you could ignore any damage. Every class had some skills like this. Perhaps this was why he chose the Scatterer. Then Cheng Qianmo used Arc Slash on the boss, dealing massive damage to enemies within 3 meters in front, and knocking them back. Then a yellow glow appeared in his hand, Mind Shield, directly blocking the boss's attack. Then he switched his weapon to Spear form, and dealt continuous crushing attacks to the boss. Cheng Qianmo also increased the spear's attack power. At the same time, the 5-second cooldown of Aging Aura was up. The boss let out a roar. Cheng Qianmo immediately switched his weapon to a long sword, and a sharp sword light was released. The teachers on the field could no longer sit still. What a unique scene. He was only level 20. How could he have such a heaven-defying divine artifact? Could he have some influential background? But then they were surprised to find Cheng Qianmo was still not affected by the aging aura. He had actually used the momentary invincibility of Rift Wave Slash. Such sharp judgment combined with extreme execution. The old man sighed. He probably could not achieve this in his lifetime. No wonder he was rated SSS. Then Cheng Qianmo smiled slightly. It was time to end this. He fired all his marks at the boss, which immediately dealt a powerful crushing attack, and the critical hit caused 70% shadow damage. Thus, Cheng Qianmo used only 24 minutes to break the previous record of 2 hours and 31 minutes. The teachers on the field were discussing, if this kid changed class to Battle Mage, he could definitely become a 4th-tier Ishtar strategist in the future. But some believed, given his understanding of back throw invincibility, he was at least a martial saint. Then Director Wu suddenly spoke up. "You are all wrong. In my opinion, he will walk a completely new path. Perhaps in the near future, the Scatterer class will surpass all other classes." Cheng Qianmo had now reached the final stage. Mechanical Monikag. The reason it was Moru Ruigan's final boss was not only its level 24, but also its 6000 HP and amazing physical defense. And because once the battle started, 6 channels in the boss hall would continuously spawn monsters. Challengers had to face countless small mobs from all directions. One mistake, and they would be overwhelmed by the monster tide. So no one had ever cleared it in the history of the entrance exam. Others could not do it. Did not mean Cheng Qianmo could not. He only needed 2 minutes to deal with it. Immediately, Cheng Qianmo simultaneously summoned Jingling Yadelewasi, and contract summoning Freet, Sandel, Louis, mage summoning Goblin Header, Provocation Doll and 8 bursts, and the mechanical Viper Cannon, Landmine Trap, and Pursuer. The summons immediately blocked the monster's advance routes. At the same time, Cheng Qianmo activated various buffs. Kazan of the Blade Soul, Erosion of Pulumeng, Frostsire, Dawn Blessing, Heavenly Voice, Light Revenge, Holy Light Celebration. The teachers were stunned. He was using a swarm of summons to block the monster tide, and then focus all his firepower on the boss. But he had already spent 2 minutes just summoning and buffing. Could he? Cheng Qianmo immediately switched his weapon to the Gatling. Alright, we can begin now. He aimed at the mechanical boss, Kalg, where Kalg stood. A violent explosion erupted. Then Cheng Qianmo's eyes flashed, and he unleashed a crushing attack on Kalg, instantly riddling it with bullets. He had actually killed it instantly with just the Gatling. Meanwhile, Ma Xiaokai of Manhwa Academy had just cleared the 2nd stage. He thought, most people were probably still stuck on the 1st stage. It seems this year's provincial top scorer is definitely mine. But the next second, the system sent a notification. Congratulations to Cheng Qianmo of Jiangcheng Academy for becoming this year's Hebei provincial top scorer. Clear time 30 minutes. Rating, SSS. This historical best record will be permanently preserved. seeing his top scorer title taken, seeing it taken. Ma Xiaokai went crazy. Can such desperate results really be achieved? And Li Gangyu of Hanwu Academy, ranked 6th, cleared in. Hanwu Academy had actually been beaten by Jiangcheng. Luo Jingjing was also working hard to clear. Seeing Cheng Qianmo's results, she let out a sigh of relief. Student Cheng, I will work hard to keep up with you. The chubby guy was also excited, feeling proud, and the audience cheered in unison. Cheng Qianmo is truly amazing. I wonder if he has a girlfriend. I want to have his babies. I have completely fallen for him and cannot help myself. But the bespectacled director received even worse news due to Cheng Qianmo's results. Many Hanwu students made mistakes and were eliminated. The bespectacled director was furious. Damn Cheng Qianmo. But Director Wu started clapping. Heaven blesses Xia country to have such a dragon among men. It is a blessing for Xia country. No wonder he was the talent chosen by the top management of the association. The Jiangcheng teacher also kicked him while he was down. Today, Jiangcheng Academy has truly taught Hanwu Academy a good lesson. Sometimes, just one trump card can tear off the fig leaf of thousands. 30 years east, 30 years west. Do not mock a young man's poverty. The reason Cheng Qianmo cleared it smoothly was due to the Secret Realm's special design, because the final boss had limited vision. He had enough time to prepare, but such an operation could not be replicated by ordinary people. At the same time, the record-breaking reward was also increased. Since he was a recurrer, the clear reward was also upgraded by 1 tier. This Secret Realm gave 182,933 experience and rewarded a diamond chest. He did not expect the entrance exam Secret Realm experience to be so high, and even a level 20 Secret Realm could reward a diamond chest. Could it be that the entrance exam Secret Realm was special? He wanted to see what other surprises there were. It turned out to be an S-rank skill book, beginner attack speed. His luck was pretty good. Due to the recurrer class restriction, getting an S-rank skill was nearly impossible. So this reward was a godsend for him, especially the attack speed increase, which perfectly compensated for the diminishing returns of agility. That is, as agility increased, the corresponding attack speed increase would gradually decrease, while attack speed increase could be directly stacked on top of existing attack speed, completely ignoring the diminishing returns. It was a qualitative leap. Congratulations on successfully learning. Passive beginner attack speed increases attack speed by 15%. Current attack speed bonus 32.8%. Cheng Qianmo skyrocketed. His attack speed now completely crushed his peers, and was even higher than most level 30 players. Next was the last hidden reward. He took out a bottle of radiation fluid. If this disgusting stuff was thrown at the boss's face, if he remembered correctly, he would get a leprosy mask. When worn, it could transform into the appearance of a gnome for 30 minutes. And height, weight, etc. would also change. Cooldown 12 hours, since he had collected all the rewards. Next was entering the academy. Cheng Qianmo, single-handedly, became the provincial top scorer. Then he was teleported back. The teachers were discussing. Jiangcheng Academy was really in the spotlight this year. The teachers also came forward to congratulate him, and said they had always thought highly of him. Winning first place was well-deserved. Truly a once-in-a-millennium genius. The glorious task of slaying monsters could only fall to you. In this dangerous world, Xia country needs a lone hero like you. The future of Xia country is in your hands. Please clear the obstacles for us, and create a beautiful homeland. But no matter how loud these praises were, Cheng Qianmo had his own thoughts. These people were quite calculating. They wanted to use public opinion to forcibly pin a patriotic image on him. If monsters attacked, he would have no choice but to go to the front lines. Otherwise he would be condemned by them. Truly, killing is not enough. They also want to destroy the spirit. So Cheng Qianmo signaled everyone to be quiet. Would the teachers who just asked me to fight for the country please come out? As soon as he spoke, those teachers immediately stepped forward. Cheng Qianmo slowly said, then, let me get to know the team that will fight alongside me in the future. I have limited self-control. In the future, if I go to the National Defense Front, I will naturally find like-minded people to go to the battlefield together. Since you were so passionate just now, I assume you are also prepared to go to the front and die. The teachers laughed awkwardly. Student Cheng, you are overestimating us. We have low strength. How can we compare to you? We were just speaking casually. Following your logic, even a student from my academy dares to go. But a group of level 30 to 40 teachers want to be deserters. Then how do you usually educate your students? Is Xia country not your homeland? Or were your words just now actually malicious? Other teachers behind also expressed support. Cheng Qianmo felt something was off just now. So you are trying to morally blackmail and strangle the future genius of Xia country. You are venomous. Your hearts deserve punishment. I will report you to the Education Bureau later. Just then, Director Guo stepped forward. No need to report. I, Guo Lian, now represent the Education Bureau to deal with you. You 6 are disqualified from teaching, permanently banned, and your schools will have their ratings lowered by 2 levels for the next 5 years. Those teachers immediately came forward to beg for mercy. Please give us another chance. It was our jealousy that led us to make such a big mistake. Then Director Wu stepped forward. Worthy of being the eBay provincial top scorer. Not only exceptionally talented, but also so mature in mind. Then he looked at President Guo. Please arrange a private room for us. I have some things to discuss with Cheng Qianmo alone. Director Wu asked directly, Do you know any top management of our management association? Cheng Qianmo knew he could not hide it. He was also curious about the identity of that old man. He had only met him by chance while fishing before. Hearing about fishing, Director Wu could no longer sit still. Could it be that one? Then Cheng Qianmo handed over a ring. Seeing the word Qing engraved on the ring, Director Wu even stood up with a gasp. You actually have Qing Lao's life token. Among the top management of the Management Association, only one person has the surname Qing. That was the only fourth-tier battle mage in Sha country. The top-tier expert standing at the peak of the pyramid. The Ishtar strategist above level 75, Qing Feiyu. Although Elder Qing possessed immense strength, he had a strange temper and never easily made friends. How could Cheng Qianmo have won his favor? But in any case, with this connection, this kid's future growth was destined to be smooth sailing. Because it was Qing Lao's connection, Director Wu was unwilling to reveal too much. I can only tell you, he is a top-tier expert of Sha country, and suggested Cheng Qianmo wear the ring on his hand at all times. It might help greatly in the future. At the same time, news of Cheng Qianmo becoming provincial top scorer also made the Jiangcheng headlines. Even the mayor personally came to welcome Cheng Qianmo. Meanwhile, at the gate of Jiangcheng Academy, a fleet of top universities' buses were parked, because today was the independent recruitment day for Sha country's academies. All top 300 students in the province were eligible. From the logos on the vehicles, 16 out of the 30 national academies had come. In previous years, 5 would have been a blessing. This was all thanks to Cheng Qianmo. No one knew which academy he would ultimately choose. Inside the Jiangcheng Academy meeting room, I, Lu Yanming, represent the academy in welcoming everyone. On the screen was the information of eligible students from our school this year. You can enter the student numbers you are interested in on the panel. Later, I will arrange interviews based on your choices. But seeing Cheng Qianmo's combat power of over 20,000, the teachers were stunned. Even if he was the top scorer, it would not be this exaggerated. He was already stronger than more than half of our academy students. But the director of Manhwa Academy, Chang Yusheng, did not believe it. A bunch of country bumpkins really have not seen the world. This Cheng Qianmo had destroyed their academy's top scorers when he was only level 10. Having such combat power was normal, plus his powerful background. Even if they could not recruit him, they had to resolve the previous enmity. At that moment, the director of Tianhe Academy, Wang Kaifu, was excited. This kid is definitely not an ordinary person. After half an hour, the statistics were out. Director Lu indicated they could go to their respective interview rooms. But student Cheng Qianmo's case was special. All academies wanted to interview him, so after the other students' interviews ended, a collective interview would be held. As soon as he said this, some teachers could not sit still. What kind of joke is this? Is this not against the rules? Are you asking the 6 schools to bid publicly? We are all higher education institutions. How can we let your academy hold us hostage? If not, we will give up on this student. But as soon as he finished speaking, Director Chang Yusheng of Molan University was the first to speak. I agree with Director Lu of Jiangcheng Academy. For a once-in-a-century genius like Cheng Qianmo, it is worth making changes for. At the same time, Tianhe Academy also agreed, and was willing to participate in the open interview. He even hoped all the other academies would give up. So 2 academies had already defected. If they gave up now, would they not be letting them get a free bargain? After all, this was a combat power of 22,000, and an SSS potential monster. Then Divine Domain Academy immediately agreed, and Qingbei Academy also agreed. Thus, all academies passed unanimously. Then the interview results of the other students came out. This time, Jiangcheng Academy passed 28 students. The admission rate actually exceeded 60%. This was far higher than in previous years. Luo Jingjing was even admitted by Qingbei. Director Lu looked at the list in shock. When did the students become so good? Tianhe Academy admitted 4 students. Molan Academy admitted 6 students. It seemed these 2 academies were really going all out to gain Cheng Qianmo's favor. Next would be Cheng Qianmo's performance. An unprecedented 1-6 school joint interview. This was also the last thing I could do for you. No matter what choice you make in the end, from this moment on, your reputation would soar. Cheng Qianmo had been hunting, gathering herbs, mining and skinning all along the way. All 3 skills had reached 9% experience. At the current rate, before arriving at Thunder City, these 3 basic gathering skills would be maxed out. Suddenly a sound came from afar. It was Mozgese's voice. He was an extremely rare Yewei Yidong boss in Apocalypse, level 27 but with over 8,000 HP. It was very difficult for ordinary same-level players to kill him, but this guy had a very small chance of dropping level 40 epic equipment. Perhaps Cheng Qianmo might even make a fortune today, but this guy was too large and very troublesome. But it seemed a woman was fighting him. The woman was named Lin Ruoxi, a level 24 close combat mage. It was obvious she was no match, and her mana and stamina were also low. It seemed she could only run away, but once she provoked Mozgese, it was not so easy to escape. Lin Ruoxi was already panicked and terrified. You ugly monster, stop chasing me, miss. If you keep chasing, I will fire my marks. With that, she threw her marks at Mozgese, but it felt like she was just tickling him. Helpless, Lin Ruoxi used Meteor Strike again. Several energy sword slashes shot toward him. Cheng Qianmo was watching her every move. Although the girl was only level 24, her attack speed was even faster than his. She definitely had top-tier talent, but with her current strength, it was clearly impossible to kill Mozgis. Seeing Mozgis's huge fist about to smash down, Lin Ruoxi realized it was bad. Just as she closed her eyes and gave up struggling, Cheng Qianmo seized the moment and stepped in. This sudden development made Lin Ruoxi pause for a moment. But, under Cheng Qianmo's barrage of flashy skills, Mozgis was quickly beaten into submission. Then Cheng Qianmo leaped and fired several vortexes. Mozgis was blown to pieces on the spot. And Cheng Qianmo's level also reached 22. This left Lin Ruoxi dumbfounded. This man was way too handsome. Way too strong. But Cheng Qianmo did not speak. Instead, he picked up the epic weapon that dropped. Increases all spell damage and healing effects. At the same time, it was also an early game damage boosting weapon for caster classes. Although he could not use it, he could sell it for a good price. Then Lin Ruoxi behind him slowly spoke. You only just reached level 22. How can you be so powerful? Because even she, at level 24, could not handle Mozgis. She started crying as she spoke. She thought today would be her lucky day, finally encountering a rare boss, but found she could not beat it. Cheng Qianmo put away the Lingxi staff and asked about her talent. It should be a massive attack speed increase, at least over 38%. Lin Ruoxi was puzzled. How do you know that? Because her SS rank talent, ultimate attack speed, could increase attack speed by up to 40%. Cheng Qianmo continued to explain, but your technique seems a bit inexperienced. Close combat mages require very high execution. Although your tactics are good, your timing still needs improvement. Lin Ruoxi was even more confused. You are clearly a scatterer. How do you know this class so well? Close combat mage. But Cheng Qianmo did not answer, and was about to turn and leave. Lin Ruoxi hurriedly called out from behind, wait a moment. As soon as she spoke, Cheng Qianmo quickly and cleanly killed a few wild mobs, which left Lin Ruoxi completely stunned. This speed and explosiveness had already surpassed her school's teachers. Just by observing her technique, she vaguely felt she had opened a new door. Then Cheng Qianmo said he was going to Thunder City, and would go ahead. Lin Ruoxi immediately bowed to Cheng Qianmo. Thank you for saving my life just now, and for your guidance. But the moment she lowered her head, two dark and plump bunnies suddenly popped out. The atmosphere instantly became awkward, but just then, suddenly a thunderclap sounded. Countless bolts of lightning exploded in the sky. The weather instantly darkened, and a red blood moon appeared above their heads. Cheng Qianmo immediately realized something was wrong. Blood moon in the sky. The world changes. It seemed a beast tide was coming in the Thunder City area, and it would arrive in 5 minutes. Lin Ruoxi cried even harder. Today is really my unlucky day. I did not expect to encounter a once-in-a-millennium monster tide. Now I cannot escape even if I want to. But Cheng Qianmo was thinking, beast tides were generally divided into 3 levels, low, medium, and high. And Thunder City was only a beginner main city, so it should be a low-level beast tide. The most important thing now was to find a place to hide. Soon he spotted a light ahead. He thought there was a way, so he grabbed Lin Ruoxi's hand, and without a word, carried her on his back, which made Lin Ruoxi blush instantly. But the next second she reacted, bad guy, what are you trying to do? Cheng Qianmo said, if you want to live, be quiet. And he grabbed Lin Ruoxi's bottom, because that way they would stick together, and not fall off easily. Lin Ruoxi panicked and said, you pervert. Where are your hands? No. But then she saw the dark mass of beasts behind them. Only then did she realize Cheng Qianmo was saving her. But this position was way too intimate. Lin Ruoxi even suggested Cheng Qianmo put her down. Let us fight together. Maybe we can carve a path. But Cheng Qianmo looked disdainful. With your half-baked skills, better hold on tight. Women only slow down my sword. Lin Ruoxi snorted. She then tightly choked Cheng Qianmo's neck. Then I will hold on tight for you to see. Cheng Qianmo looked like he was about to die. Was this girl a demon? How could she still be joking at such a critical moment? Soon they found an abandoned well ahead. Cheng Qianmo immediately told her to hide inside. Lin Ruoxi asked, what about you? Cheng Qianmo said, do not worry about me. I have my ways. You go down quickly. I will buy you time. With that, he ran toward the beast tide without looking back. Lin Ruoxi was moved to tears. Alil talked to Skatia. How could he survive a beast tide? He was clearly leaving the hope of survival to her. And they had only just met. So she teleported in front of Cheng Qianmo and pushed him into the well without a word. The two fell into the well together, but then they realized the well was really deep. If they kept falling, they would die. They had to find a way to stop. In desperation, Cheng Qianmo braced himself with his hands and feet. But this position made Lin Ruoxi's heart pound. Control your stomach. Your thing is poking me. Hearing that, Cheng Qianmo felt awkward, but he had no choice at the moment. Seeing that, Lin Ruoxi glared at him. Remember today, do not talk about it outside. Oh right, I still do not know your name. Cheng Qianmo. Lin Ruoxi followed up along the way. Were you deliberately guiding me? Do not think. You only have 3 seconds to answer. Cheng Qianmo was speechless. Where did this little demon get so many questions? So he gave her an affirmative answer. Because you are pretty. No, because you have good talent. Hearing pretty, the girl was delighted. What did you just say, pretty? Cheng Qianmo was clearly having trouble holding on. Why is this monster tide not over yet? If she kept asking, he might not be able to take it. So he hooked his grappling hook to the ground. Under Lin Ruoxi's shocked expression, the two instantly reached the surface. Cheng Qianmo let out a long breath. Finally out. But Lin Ruoxi covered her chest and told him to turn around. Do not peek. Cheng Qianmo was stunned. It turned out Lin Ruoxi's clothes had been accidentally torn earlier, so he immediately moved and made a leather coat and leather skirt for her. Although his skinning skill was not high, the clothes he made were still wearable. Lin Ruoxi took them with both hands and told Cheng Qianmo to turn around. Helpless, Cheng Qianmo could only sit there blankly. But after Lin Ruoxi changed, Cheng Qianmo immediately covered his mouth. So Lin Ruoxi directly questioned him. Do you need to explain yourself? Were you doing this on purpose? Helpless, Cheng Qianmo quickly made a leather coat. But Lin Ruoxi was still angry. Tell me quickly, were you doing this on purpose? If you had a coat, why did you only remember it now? She snorted. Men are all the same. My mother once said, there is not a single good man in the world. It seems she was absolutely right. Cheng Qianmo felt sorry for Lin for 3 seconds. Your father must have had a hard time. Soon they arrived at Thunder City. Lin Ruoxi asked, where are you going next? Cheng Qianmo looked at the auction house sign. I need to go to the auction house. Lin Ruoxi spread her hands. I am very familiar with the auction house. I will reluctantly guide you. It is a chance for you to compensate me for a dress. With that, she dragged Cheng Qianmo toward the auction house. Cheng Qianmo was stunned. He thought this little demon was probably addicted to shopping. Lin Ruoxi said what she wanted to buy was not cheap. But Cheng Qianmo did not look like a rich man. She wondered if he would run away when it was time to pay. Hearing that, Cheng Qianmo grinned. Just pick whatever you want. I will not even blink. Soon they arrived at a tailor shop. The large store had quite a few people. The waitress in the distance politely said, welcome. But seeing their outfits, she curled her lips. Where did these two bumpkins come from? Their outfits were simply perfect, wasting my time. But the waitress's every move was seen by Cheng Qianmo. He thought, this snob. Then Lin Ruoxi asked how this dress looked. Cheng Qianmo said it was good. It suits you. So Lin Ruoxi prepared to try it on, but the waitress said disdainfully, you better be careful. Our clothes here are very expensive. If you get them dirty, you cannot afford to pay. Lin Ruoxi checked the price. The dress was actually 35 gold, but she only had less than 50 gold on her, so she was about to go to another store. She never expected Cheng Qianmo to pay for her clothes. But Cheng Qianmo suddenly spoke. If you like it, I will buy it for you. Do you like anything else? Hearing that, Lin Ruoxi was stunned, and the waitress was also shocked. But Lin Ruoxi still reminded him, this is 35 gold, not silver. Cheng Qianmo smiled slightly. I can afford this small amount. Feel free to look around. The waitress was stunned, and immediately put on a fawning expression. Miss, please come with me. We have many new styles over here. Then Lin Ruoxi chose 2 pieces, totaling 40 gold. Cheng Qianmo even mocked the waitress. I was going to buy a few more, but seeing your attitude, forget it. The waitress could only smile awkwardly. But the next second, Cheng Qianmo suddenly took the clothes. Hold on. Let me first check the quality. These clothes of yours are not that great either. All the indicators are not very good, and there are some flaws. Yet you dare to sell them at such a high price. Are you trying to cheat outsiders? Hearing this, the waitress was instantly furious. You can eat whatever you want, but you cannot talk nonsense. Our shop has been open for over 20 years, and is famous in Thunder City for top quality. Do not talk nonsense, kid. Cheng Qianmo let out an oh, then call your boss out. I might be able to teach him how to be a qualified tailor. As soon as he finished speaking, the boss lady stormed out angrily. This customer, you sure have a big mouth. Did you just say you want to teach me how to do things? Cheng Qianmo did not answer, but slowly picked up the clothes. The blend ratio of this garment should be 50% silk, 40% mink, and 10% wool. For clothes at this price, you actually dare to use cheap wool, but even worse. This batch of clothes had a problem during dyeing. The original color should have been a bit brighter. Now it is noticeably darker, and you call this top quality. Is this passing off inferior goods as superior and cheating customers? Hearing this, the boss lady was stunned. She thought, how could a young kid see through this? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Lin Ruoxi was also confused. What else did this guy not know? The boss lady also realized she had met a top expert today. If the public found out, her tailor shop would definitely go under. So she quickly bowed to Cheng Qianmo and apologized. I am sorry for not recognizing a true expert. This batch was indeed our oversight. Please, sir, be merciful, and do not spread this matter. Lin Ruoxi glared at the waitress beside her. Your staff looked down on us earlier. The boss lady slapped her on the spot. How dare you neglect my distinguished guest? The waitress tried to defend herself, but the boss lady did not care. Get out of my shop right now. Then she handed Cheng Qianmo a wooden box. I have already fired the staff. Today, you can pick anything you like in the shop. This is a small token of my appreciation. Please accept it. Cheng Qianmo could not stop smiling. How could this be? But his hand automatically took the box. I just have a professional habit, and pointed out some issues. Since it was not intentional, just do not make the same mistake again. Then Lin Ruoxi began to pick frantically. This one is nice. That one is good too. This style I will bring to my mom. This color is very pretty. I will take them all. The boss could only watch helplessly. Little ancestor, please be merciful. Do not empty my shop. Before she knew it, Lin Ruoxi had chosen a whole set of clothes. She then remembered the box the boss lady gave Cheng Qianmo. Quick, see how much that old woman gave you. Cheng Qianmo counted. Unexpectedly, the boss lady gave her 300 gold as hush money, plus the 70 gold he already had. He was now a super Tuhal among Thunder City newbies. Then Lin Ruoxi happily took his hand. Are you not going to the auction house? I will personally guide you. The young man wanted to take the girl to a room for cards. But the arrogant young Master Wei ruined the fun and mocked you, a bumpkin, trying to pick up girls too. But this also successfully annoyed Cheng Qianmo. So Cheng Qianmo used a small trick and made young Master Wei instantly break down. He actually bought Cheng Qianmo's epic weapon at 10 times the price. The furious young Master Wei immediately came to confront him. If you have the guts, go out and have a life and death duel. Just a moment ago, the two arrived at the auction house. Even Cheng Qianmo did not expect. The auction house was now much more magnificent than in his previous life. And this was only a beginner auction house. Just as Cheng Qianmo was amazed, Lin Ruoxi dragged him inside. Do not just stand there. Hurry up. How long until the next auction starts? Are there any boxes left? The attendant said the auction would start in 10 minutes. And there was one small box left. I will arrange it for you right away. But when Cheng Qianmo saw the silver card in her hand, it was clear this girl's family background was not simple, just casually having an auction house silver card. It was most likely given by an elder at home. But this way he would not have to reveal his black card. Then a few fierce-looking men walked in. Hurry up and prepare a box for our young master Wei Yunji, the attendant quickly said. The last box was reserved by this lady. She is our silver card VIP. But young Master Wei looked disdainful. A mere silver card counts as VIP. Open your dog eyes and see what color this is. The attendant saw it was a gold card and was stunned. It was actually a very rare gold card. Miss, I am very sorry. I will arrange an ordinary box for you instead. Please take back your card. Lin Ruoxi was furious and was about to lose her temper, but Cheng Qianmo shook his head to stop her. Seeing this, young Master Wei laughed proudly. You are smart. If you ruined my fun, you would have been in trouble. Lin Ruoxi was puzzled. We came first. Why should we give up the box to them? Cheng Qianmo smiled. It is fine. I will treat you to a good show later. Then they entered ordinary box 996. As soon as they entered, Lin Ruoxi asked what good show. Do you have some plan? But you do not even know which box he is in. Cheng Qianmo coughed lightly. I have my ways. According to Cheng Qianmo's knowledge, that Wei Junji was a level 26 elementalist. Knowing this, it would not be hard to find him. Later, I will let him know what real discrimination is. So, Cheng Qianmo took out his herbs and ores. The entire table was filled, which left Lin Ruoxi dumbfounded. So many. This is way too exaggerated. No wonder you are so rich. Dear distinguished guests, I am the auctioneer Wang Gang. Then the auction officially began. Today's first lot is Lanxi grass beads. This is the material needed for the dormitory's big blue potion. Minimum bid 20 silver per lot. VIP box 4, 1-4 bid. Unexpectedly, there were 10 plants at once, and the price was so cheap. Then I will gladly take them. Soon the price soared to 3 gold. Congratulations to buyer 414 for obtaining Lanxi grass beads at 15 gold. Wei Yunji was still pleased. A bit pricey, but at 1.5 gold per plant, it was still worth it. After all, getting 10 Lanxi grass at once was not easy. Lot number 2 was still Lanxi grass, but this time the quantity reached an astonishing 46 plants. The crowd was instantly stirred. 46 plants of Lanxi grass at an even lower unit price than the previous 10. What are you waiting for? Soon the bid soared to 50 gold, and Wei Junji in his box looked proud. I will definitely take these Lanxi grass. Watch me crush you all. But just as he pressed the bid button, he was completely stunned. Sorry. Bidders with the surname Wei are prohibited from participating in this auction. What the hell? This is clearly targeting me. In the end, he could only watch it be taken by someone else at 60 gold. Damn. Even the unit price was lower than his previous purchase. What a loss. The biggest loss ever. Lin Ruoxi was also puzzled. How did you know 414 was Wei Junji? Cheng Qianmo said. Both batches of Lanxi grass were consigned by him. But one of them had a special restriction, which was to prohibit anyone surnamed Wei from bidding. Only then did Lin Ruoxi understand. Your move is way too vicious. That Wei guy must be going crazy. But Cheng Qianmo said this was just an appetizer. There would be more to come. Every time Wei Junji won an item at a high price, the same item would appear again, but at a much lower price. But each time the price dropped, Wei was banned from bidding. This made Wei Junji unable to sit still. This is going too far. You two, go find Manager Shu, and get me that bastard consignor. I will personally skin him alive. Then came the final lot. This item is very rare. Please look closely. Epic weapon, Linksy staff. Double attribute bonus of 10 points to spirit and physique. Plus 50 spell damage. Starting bid 100 gold. Minimum increment 10 gold. In the blink of an eye, the price was raised to 520 gold. Wei Junji immediately realized. This was a rare treasure. He had to go all out to get it. I hope this one does not ban me again. But when he looked at the screen, he was completely stunned. Due to seller restrictions, bidders with the surname Wei must bid no less than 100 gold. Wei Junji was furious. Who the hell keeps messing with me? Let me see today. You want me to pay 10 times the price? Right. Then I will go all out today. Later, I will show you that my money is not so easy to take. Congratulations to box 414, the Big Wendato, for winning at 840 gold and taking the Linksy staff with authority. Wei Junji felt like dying. Damn, I got carried away. and spent all my savings on one weapon. Cheng Qianmo, on the other hand, was calm, counting what he bought and sold today. His net worth reached 2,660 gold, a huge harvest. But just then, the door suddenly opened. "Hello, I am Manager Shu of the auction house. Some people are looking for you." Cheng Qianmo's face turned cold. I only wanted to make him lose a little money, but if you have other ideas, do not blame me for going all out. So it was you. Kid, you were the one who set me up just now. Cheng Qianmo said. Yes, what is it? Before Wei Junji could speak, his two underlings immediately jumped in. Do you know who our young master Wei is? Daring to go against him. I think you are tired of living. Cheng Qianmo spread his hands and smiled. Wei Junji. A fake gentleman? Right. Who does he think he is? Hearing this, Wei Junji was furious. I think you are asking for death. If you have the guts, go out for a life and death duel. Cheng Qianmo agreed without hesitation. Then I will play with you, fake gentleman. Then the two went out into the street. Wei Junji was still shouting, kid. You asked for this. I will show you the consequences of going against me. Seeing the weapon in his hand, everyone was stunned. What? It is actually an epic weapon. And that scatterer was 4 levels lower than him. Is this not pure suicide? This PK is completely meaningless. You are right. Today I will use the Linksy staff you sold me to send you off. Cheng Qianmo smirked. And the next second, he appeared behind Wei Junji. With a loud bang, Wei Junji was sent flying. Wei Junji could not believe it. He cried out, how is that possible? Very quickly. Wei Junji was completely overwhelmed. With a crack, a weapon appeared in Cheng Qianmo's hand. After a dazzling series of thrusts, everyone on the field was stunned. He could have taken young Master Wei out in one move, but he kept attacking his staff. It seemed his goal was to deplete the staff's durability, then it would be permanently damaged, and could never be repaired. Lin Ruoxi smiled at the scene. Worthy of the man I fancy, not only did he make young Master Wei pay without getting anything, but Wei also lost another 4 levels. Wei Junji watched his Linksy staff about to break, and felt deeply unwilling, but Cheng Qianmo was not going to give him any chance. Since you like to bully others, then I will go all the way today. With that, he fired all his marks, blasting Wei Junji until he spat out black blood. Ah, my staff. With a thud, Wei Junji was sent flying, and fell flat on his face in front of Cheng Qianmo. Cheng Qianmo pulled out his black card. Open your eyes and see. What color is this? Wei Junji forced himself to look up. Black. A black card. Then he passed out, unconscious. The onlookers were also confused. This was the second highest rank, second only to the red card, representing an extremely noble status. Then someone finally recognized him. He was the previous Ebei provincial top scorer, known as the monster scatterer, Cheng Qianmo. No wonder he could beat Wei Junji like a grandson. But just then, Lin Ruoxi grabbed Cheng Qianmo's collar. Top scorer, you sure hit it well. You have a black card, yet you made me embarrass myself. Cheng Qianmo gave her a head pat, and Lin Ruoxi immediately calmed down. Was it not to make Wei Junji take the bait that I kept it hidden? Lin Ruoxi sighed and pouted. You better watch your step from now on. I will let you off today. Then the auction house brought out a box to apologize. I did not recognize a true VIP. Please forgive me, honored guest. Please accept this small gift. Because he had sided with Wei Junji earlier, he knew he would have to pay today. Cheng Qianmo smiled and took the Sun and Moon Demon Spirit. It seemed he had obtained another material for upgrading the 1,000 blades. Cheng Qianmo said it was fine. Wei Junji brought it upon himself. Manager, could you please keep an eye out for the materials on this list? If any come up, please bid for me. After that, the manager saw them off. Lin Ruoxi seemed to have something on her mind. Cheng Qianmo noticed immediately and asked, what is wrong? Lin Ruoxi paused for a moment. If I go home, will you miss me? Hearing that, Cheng Qianmo was stunned. But before he could respond, Lin Ruoxi kissed him on the cheek. Remember, this is your reward from me. Listen clearly, while I am away. Do not look at other girls. Cheng Qianmo could only agree. What a mischievous little demoness. Then Cheng Qianmo decided to level up his alchemy skill with an 80% experience bonus. He maxed out herbalism in one day. It was time to go test it out. So he went to the nearby Nightfall town. This was the nesting ground of level 25 elite wraiths. Especially at night, they were 5 times stronger than during the day. So ordinary players would not appear at this time. It was the perfect stage for him alone. The Night of Slaughter officially began. He summoned the Spirit Summon, Provocation Doll, Contract Summons, and Mage Summons. All out. The purpose of summoning these monsters was to gather the local monsters together and wipe them all out. With Cheng Qianmo's command to disperse, the summons went out to pull mobs in an orderly fashion. Soon a large group of monsters were pulled out. Cheng Qianmo stepped forward and ordered all summons to gather at the central plaza. He would handle the rest. Soon all the monsters rushed in. Cheng Qianmo's eyes focused. A large net instantly trapped the monsters. He activated the running boots. If he was too slow, the summons outside would all die. So he immediately drank a fine-grade swiftness potion. Fortunately, he arrived in time. The summons did not suffer too many losses. Now that the wraiths were gathered together, it was time to act. With a wave of his staff, a massive ice wall rose from the ground. Next came my harvest time. He snapped his fingers, and the quantum explosion skill was released, which could put enemies within 10 meters into a shock state with a certain chance, and could be freely placed. With only a 2-0 second cooldown, plus his unique passive talent, Soon the monsters died in droves. Cheng Qianmo was delighted. Instant kill. It seemed that 2 explosions of this scale of destructive weaponry were simply a dimension reduction strike on maps below level 30. No wonder he stole this skill from the altar. Just this wave gave him 1,140 experience. Now he smoothly gathered their corpses together. Later they would all resurrect on the spot. Then it would be time to enjoy the fun of leveling up. The boy had only casually learned a life skill, but it left the vice president of the Life Association stunned. And he immediately offered the boy a position as an association artist. But the boy refused without thinking. Everyone accused him of being greedy. Even the president thought he was ungrateful. Little did they know, when the boy pulled out another appraisal book, everyone shut up. Even the Life Association president himself admitted that his own skills were far inferior. Just a moment ago, after a whole night, his level finally reached 25. His awakened talent also reached level 3, with a combat power evaluation of over 23,000. His base strength was about to catch up with agility. Before level 30, both base attributes would break 100. In 4 days, it would be time for new student registration. He would use this time to max out his leatherworking experience. After 3 days of non-stop effort, his beginner leatherworking experience was finally full. If it were not for the upcoming semester, he would really like to relax. And he also obtained the ultimate leatherworking skill book. Then a middle-aged man suddenly said, "Young friend, at such a young age, you have already maxed out herbalism and leatherworking. This talent is truly rare." A passerby recognized him immediately. The green-clothed middle-aged man was the president of the Thunder City Life Association, and the young man in front was none other than the eBay provincial top scorer, Cheng Qianmo. This kid not only had outstanding combat talent, but also amazing life skills. Cheng Qianmo turned around and asked, I am Gao Jing, president of the Thunder City Life Association. After learning about your performance in herbalism and leatherworking, I have come to invite you to join our association. Cheng Qianmo refused without thinking, but Gao Jing said, "Do not rush. I am not just simply inviting you to join. I will make you an association counselor." Hearing this, everyone was shocked. A counselor. That was second only to the president and the elders. All shop purchases on the continent permanently enjoy a 15% discount. This alone could save a fortune. In his previous life, there was no such department as the Life Association. But judging from the reactions of the onlookers, this position had great benefits. But after thinking for a moment, Cheng Qianmo still refused, which stunned President Gao. "Young friend, you probably do not understand the status and authority of a counselor. Becoming a counselor would allow you to." But Cheng Qianmo smiled slightly. The counselor position is probably not enough. The onlookers immediately started discussing. This Cheng Qianmo is way too ungrateful. This is pure greed. He thinks too highly of himself. President Gao's expression was clearly displeased. "The conditions I gave are already the limit. If you cannot accept, then we will drop the matter." He sighed and turned away. I misjudged him. Although this kid's talent is strong, his character is lacking. He is too greedy and arrogant. He will never reach the peak. But just then, Cheng Qianmo's voice came from behind. "Who said I only have 2 secondary professions maxed out?" President Gao was shocked. "Are you telling the truth? If you really have 3 secondary professions at ultimate level, I will immediately make you an elder. All shops permanently enjoy a 20% discount." Cheng Qianmo felt this condition was decent, so he took out his certificate. He had not expected his casually practiced skills to bring such a surprise. When he showed the ultimate forging certificate, everyone was stunned. It was actually forging, one of the top 3 hardest professions. President Gao also could not believe it, because he himself was only an intermediate forger. Where did this student get so much energy? After discussing along the way, he realized that Cheng Qianmo's skills far surpassed his own. Ahead was the Thunder City Life Association. After receiving the badge, all shops would show you the highest respect. Then Cheng Qianmo suddenly raised a question. "The Blacksmith Association. What is the relationship between you and the Life Occupation Association?" President Gao then explained. "The Blacksmith Association is an organization independent of the Life Association, because those old fellows think highly of themselves. But unfortunately, the Life Association does not have a true forging master. So in terms of forging skills, they are indeed inferior. But perhaps you will create a miracle in the future." Life Association high-level meeting room. Everyone greeted President Gao with smiles. President Gao immediately raised his hand, signaling everyone to be quiet. "Today, I want to announce exciting news. The person beside me is the eBay Provincial College Entrance Exam top scorer. From today on, he will become an elder of our Life Association." Hearing this, the room fell silent. But soon the pharmacist elder Qin Yongcheng raised his doubts. "Even if this kid has great combat talent, it has nothing to do with life occupations. If we really make him an elder today, then Thunder City's Life Occupation Association will become the laughingstock of others." Hearing this, Cheng Qianmo immediately mocked him. "Truly a bunch of frogs at the bottom of a well. No wonder the Blacksmith Association looks down on you. Who says top combat talent cannot also mean top life talent?" Qin Yongcheng immediately accused him. "You brat, our association has always spoken with strength. If you can pass our test, I, Qin Yongcheng, will have nothing to say. Otherwise, if you fail, then get out immediately." Cheng Qianmo agreed without hesitation. "But so many people testing. Me alone. Should I get some extra stakes?" Elder Kui Feng felt he had a point. "I promise you here, As long as you pass the collective test, all question setters, we'll give you a reward. How about it? Cheng Qianmo agreed without thinking. Then, to make it easier for everyone to choose suitable questions, I will state my secondary profession situation in advance. I currently have 6 secondary professions: herbalism, gathering, mining, forging, leatherworking, and skinning. And all 6 have reached ultimate level. Hearing this, Kuifeng was stunned. All 6 secondary professions at ultimate level. Are you some kind of monster? President Gao, why did you not say so earlier? President Gao looked annoyed. You never gave me a chance to speak. This has nothing to do with me. It was all your own decision. Then the secondary profession test began. How about this? I will ask each of you one question. Best of 7. How about it? President Gao immediately agreed. It saves time. And no need to think of questions. All the brain work goes to Cheng Qianmo. When Cheng Qianmo fired off a bunch of questions, the counselors and elders started thinking, your questions are simply baffling. And how do you know about ghost mushrooms? Cheng Qianmo scratched the back of his head awkwardly. Well, that is. Soon the test had its conclusion. Unexpectedly, his theoretical knowledge was so rich. The questions he raised completely exceeded everyone's expectations. A true all-rounder, truly an all-rounder. Then Kuifeng also stood up to fulfill his promise. And without a word, took out an ability fruit. A thing worth 1,000 gold, given away so freely. Cheng Qianmo bowed to him. Thank you for your gift, Elder Kui. I will gladly accept it. I did not expect everyone to be so generous. Then I will take them all today. The association members were speechless. This kid is getting a bargain and still acting cute. Then Cheng Qianmo set off alone. Elder Ashes, Meteorite Iron, Poison Dragon Tendon, Underworld Tiger Skin. Any one of these was worth 1,000 gold, and Meteorite Iron was one of the second stage main materials for Flowing Light 1,000 Blades. The day after tomorrow was the start of school. It was also time to leave the Apocalypse continent. Then the system suddenly popped up a notification. Since the host successfully obtained the Life Occupation Association, Elder Ashes, and raised all 6 secondary professions to Ultimate, the conversion system upgraded to level 4. Ability 3. The host can choose one type of potion that they can currently make and convert its effect into a passive. All passives upgraded to level 4. Thus, Rift Wave Slash, Weapon Swap, Void Sphere, Mark Attributes, Crit, and God Tier Attack Speed all reached level 4. This was truly an unexpected surprise for him. It turned out that leveling secondary professions could also upgrade the conversion system and also unlock the second special ability. And, at an unprecedented level, 26, he entered the academy and was thus assigned to an SSS-grade luxury dormitory. The students on site were all stunned. The senior sisters all offered to provide reception services, but what puzzled Cheng Qianmo the most was that although Divine Domain Academy had declined, there was still a powerful 4th-tier strongman there. Little did he know that after seeing Cheng Qianmo's information, the old man smiled an imperceptible smile. 001 Cheng Qianmo, interesting. Little did Cheng Qianmo know that not only was this old man physically ill, but his mind was also problematic, just a moment ago. So, pretty good. This overall power increase was quite strong. As for the new ability, he was not in a hurry to convert. After all, he had just learned intermediate herbalism. His current formulas still had room for improvement. If he converted too early, he might regret it later. It was time to return to Jiangcheng. Meanwhile, Jiangcheng Academy was packed with people. Seeing this, Cheng Qianmo was confused. Was it not? Still summer break. Why were there so many students and parents? Then a student spotted him. Look, it is Cheng Qianmo. Senior is back. He is so handsome in person. Can you give me an autograph? Idol. Immediately, the crowd surrounded Cheng Qianmo, and he could only run. These students were way too enthusiastic. Then Director Lu appeared behind him. You finally decided to come back. Cheng Qianmo quickly asked, who are all those people outside? This is crazy. Director Lu laughed. They all came to apply to Jiangcheng Academy because of your reputation. Thanks to you, freshmen. This year's enrollment even surpassed Manhwa Academy. Come with me. Before you leave, we have a gift for you. The so-called gift was a confetti stick, which left Cheng Qianmo speechless. We just wanted to express our blessings. Do not laugh at us. Although it might be a bit cheesy for young people, this was the best way we old guys could think of. Cheng Qianmo said it was well done, but next time, absolutely not. Then Director Lu took out a red property deed. This is a property we bought for you in the capital, worth about 20 million. Do not complain. Then he took out a stack of plane tickets. These are all the flights to the capital in the coming days. Since we did not know when you would return, we just bought them all. Cheng Qianmo smiled. Thank you all. Then I will gladly accept. It is getting late. You should get some rest. If you ever face any trouble out there, Jiangcheng Academy will always support you. Hearing this, Cheng Qianmo bowed to everyone. Thank you all for your care all this time. I will never disgrace the name of Jiangcheng Academy. When I return next time, my name will surely resound throughout the afternoon. Then he went alone to Divine Domain Academy. Look over there. That new student who just arrived. His figure is simply perfect. His waist strength must be amazing. With such looks, it is a pity he did not become a big star. So, one after another, they rushed to talk to Cheng Qianmo. We are senior sisters responsible for welcoming new students. Feel free to ask us if you have any questions. Cheng Qianmo asked, what should I do next? But just then, Cheng Qianmo was pulled out by someone. Classmate, let me take you to register, and then familiarize you with the academy environment. The senior sisters were stunned. Hua Ningyu, relying on being the propaganda minister of the student council, was actually so shameless. So annoying. Hua Ningyu introduced to Cheng Qianmo. Once you reach level 30, you can complete your second class change and officially graduate. But before that, the academy assigns grades based on level. First tier is levels 15 to 25 freshmen. Level 29 is junior year. And the senior year, of course, is level 30. All students who have not completed their second class change are seniors. Insert your ID card into this machine, and the system will automatically assign your dormitory. Cheng Qianmo inserted his ID card, but the next second, everyone was stunned. Freshman Cheng Qianmo, level 25, class scatterer. Initial evaluation SSS. Assigned to luxury dormitory, located in Zone Z on campus. Room 001. Did I hear that right? A freshman actually reached level 25. How did the academy recruit such a monster this year? He will probably crush tomorrow's entrance test. Then Hua Ningyu composed herself. Junior, you should be the eBay top scorer recruited by teacher Chen Yele. Right, the campus is so big, you probably will not find your way alone. Cheng Qianmo waved his hand. Thank you, senior sister, for your kindness. I can manage on my own. Watching Cheng Qianmo's departing back, Hua Ningyu swore to herself. You will never escape my grasp. For now, he would stay here. He had no time to visit the property given by Director Liu and the others. But then he was surprised to find an old man practicing the Tiger Raw Divine Fist of the extreme martial saint, worthy of a place in the capital. He could actually see a fourth-tier strongman here, but his body seemed to have some hidden issues. Then the old man also noticed Cheng Qianmo. Student, you're a new student of our Divine Domain Academy this year, right? Yes, I have just been assigned here. But what puzzled Cheng Qianmo was, had Divine Domain Academy not been in decline for many years, why was there still a fourth-tier strongman, just as Cheng Qianmo was puzzled? The old man asked for his student number. Hearing it was 001, the old man continued with interest. What is your name? Cheng Qianmo told him. The old man continued practicing his fist, as if nothing had happened. But Cheng Qianmo felt, this old man was really strange. Not only was he physically ill, he probably had mental issues too. But just as Cheng Qianmo turned to leave, the old man's lips curved into an imperceptible smile. Cheng Qianmo, 001. Interesting. Then a red-haired girl suddenly appeared. Time to take your medicine. Still secretly practicing your fist. The old man looked embarrassed. I will take it. I just had an itch to practice. Meanwhile, at the Divine Domain Academy Secret Realm Hall, I wonder if this secret realm will be difficult. I hope the ranking test goes well, so I can get a better dormitory. Director Chen did a good job with enrollment this year. He actually recruited 2 top scorers for our academy. Who do you think will perform better in the entrance test? The Ebei top scorer, Cheng Qianmo, or the Qilu top scorer, He Suji? Then a teacher behind suddenly spoke up. Definitely Qilu's He Suji. Our Magic Academy will definitely recruit him, although Cheng Qianmo has a high level. His scatterer class is just a paper tiger. He Shuji's second class is Windwalker. Not pure magic, our War Academy will not let him go either. Then another curly-haired teacher also spoke. I heard this kid has high combat IQ too. He does not have to join you. Our Command Academy will also compete. But the enrollment teacher Chen Yele was left aside. Now back to Cheng Qianmo. You are this year's Ebei top scorer, right? My name is He Shuji. I am the Qilu top scorer. You may be excellent now, but I think I am more skilled. Cheng Qianmo glanced back coldly. I do not think we are familiar. But He Shuji was excited. Let you be arrogant for now. Once we enter the secret realm, I will show you who the real number 1 is. Utterly boring. You think you are worthy of competing with me? The first time he participated in the entrance secret realm test, left all the teachers stunned, because he was the only hidden class recurrer. The system automatically increased his secret realm level by 1, but this also broke the school's assessment rules. The teachers unanimously decided to expel him, and immediately reported the matter to the principal. Little did they know that when the principal learned it was Cheng Qianmo, he immediately slammed the table. Damn the rules. I will change them right now. Just a moment ago. The insulted He Shuji was furious. Then let us wait and see. Then, Cheng Qianmo entered the secret realm, Dead Monastery, with the cemetery area open to the library. But because Cheng Qianmo was the hidden class recurrer, the system unlocked new areas for him, the armory and the church area. Since the first 2 areas had no difficulty, Cheng Qianmo prepared to finish quickly. The academy teachers closely watched the secret realm assessment screen. Today's test secret realm was Dead Monastery. Since it was for freshmen, only the first half was open, and the final boss was only level 28. So they first prepared to look at He Shuji's results. Worthy of the Qilu top scorer, expected to clear within 2 hours. But teacher Ye beside him quietly reminded, why is He Shuji only ranked 2nd? What? Cheng Qianmo actually cleared it in just 25 minutes. That is way too strong. Immediately, various academies began fighting over Cheng Qianmo. This Cheng Qianmo, our War Academy will take him. The Mage Academy also said he was already reserved by them. Forget it. Our Support Academy probably cannot catch his eye. But the next second, the teachers were even more puzzled. He had already cleared it. Why had he not come out yet? How is that possible? He actually entered the extreme southern area. Was the armory and church not open for today's test? Could it be a problem with the secret realm projection? We had already stipulated only the first 2 areas. This is a serious violation of discipline. We must not encourage it. We must immediately terminate his entrance exam. Then teacher Ye suddenly spoke. From my understanding of Cheng Qianmo, he is not the type to act recklessly. How about Director Lei first report the situation to the principal and see what the principal says? My little ancestor, you have to hurry. A round trip to the principal's office takes 30 minutes. If you exceed that time, not even the gods can save you. Meanwhile, Cheng Qianmo had already arrived at the armory area within the secret realm. The mobs here averaged level 30. There were about 70 of them, and they were all high HP, high defense warriors, crusaders. Although they were somewhat troublesome, Cheng Qianmo still planned to use a one-wave solution, so he immediately entered ghost form and silently bypassed the crusaders. Soon he gathered all the explosives together. Then it was time to act. With that, he waved at the crusaders in the corridor and immediately attracted their attention. When the crusaders approached the explosives, Cheng Qianmo used the freezing skill, which effectively slowed the mob's gathering speed. After they were all gathered together, Cheng Qianmo flashed behind the explosives and threw a fireball. The moment the explosives detonated, he activated Ice Barrier, which made him immune to any damage for 10 seconds, enough to protect himself in the explosion. With a loud boom, a violent explosion echoed through the area. The entire corridor was engulfed in flames. Meanwhile, Director Lei had also arrived at the principal's office. Principal, I have something important to report. Principal Ling Xiao remained calm. What is so important that you, the Dean of Students, had to come personally? A student committed a serious violation during today's entrance exam. The exam was supposed to cover only 2 areas of Dead Monastery, but he cleared it in 25 minutes and did not come out. However, Principal Lin only asked calmly, "Is this person named Cheng Qianmo?" Hearing that, Director Lei was stunned. "Principal, how do you know?" "He used some method to enter the armory area. According to school rules, he should be punished." "What do you think, Principal?" Hearing this, the principal said disdainfully, "Which school rule? Show it to me. I will change it on the spot." With that, a yellow glow appeared in his hand, startling Director Lei. "You are giving him immunity privileges. This only happens once every 5 years." Principal Lin said it was settled. "For such an excellent prospect, we should give him more care in the future. All right, you may go." After Director Lei left, Principal Lin muttered to himself, "Ambition is not a bad thing for young people, but they should not be too impulsive. This time, I will give you a chance to act. Young man, you must work hard." Then, Cheng Qianmo cleared all the mobs in just 8 minutes. Indeed, high risk brings high reward. Next came a real tough battle. As Cheng Qianmo slowly pushed open the door, a figure stood quietly ahead. Level 35 elite leader, Weapon Master Harold. With 18,000 HP, although this guy only had one skill, Whirlwind Slash. He was very troublesome to fight, and this skill was area damage. During use, he was immune to control and could not be interrupted. If he could not break his spirit, then today would end here. So he summoned the Void Sphere and blasted it at Harold without a word. But Harold did not move. Just as the Void Sphere was about to hit Harold, Harold actually bounced it away with his bare body and appeared above Cheng Qianmo in a flash. "I have been waiting for a real challenge. Let me see your strength." With that, he struck with Whirlwind Slash. Cheng Qianmo immediately activated Firewalk Boot's sprint and barely escaped the attack range. Unexpectedly, his ever-reliable Void Sphere was easily deflected, and the sprint cooldown was too long. If another Whirlwind Slash came, he could not dodge it. As Harold's HP decreased, his Whirlwind Slash frequency would greatly increase. He could only trade damage head-on, so he quickly pulled out his trusty Gatling and sprayed Harold without a word, blasting him with overwhelming attacks until he was half stunned. "Good, you have truly angered me. Let me show you the power of my blade." With that, Harold entered a berserk state. Unlimited Whirlwind Slash accelerated. Instantly, a terrifying blood-red tornado swept in. Fortunately, Cheng Qianmo had enough potions. It was time to fight head-on. He threw out his skills in succession and engaged in a melee brawl with Harold. While attacking, he kept chugging potions. "Let me show you what a true potion addict looks like." Cheng Qianmo fought and drank and fought. After a relentless melee, he had less than 1,500 HP left. With a swing of his long sword, a fierce upward slash. Congratulations on defeating Weapon Master Harold. This kind of AoE, crowd control immune monster, is truly disgusting to deal with. Congratulations on obtaining damage immunity privilege. In this Autumn Secret Realm challenge, even if you die from failure, your body will not suffer any damage. Such a thing actually exists. He wondered who was helping him behind the scenes. Well, having it is better than not. Consider it insurance. For the real challenge ahead, a safety net. The assessment hall screen also showed a notification. Cheng Qianmo, Armory Progress 100%. Ranked first with a total time of 53 minutes 49 seconds. Director Lei was shocked. "How is that possible? I only went to the principal's office, and he soloed the armory." The damage immunity privilege given by Principal Lin